right? Shalom. This is GMS Louisiana Saints, the New Orleans camp with another live camp. But before we get started, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and salutations to you sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. Shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, with the pre-camp video, we got to the destruction coming to you, Jakes, for your wickedness and not cleaving unto your power. And now we're going to get into the destruction of this place that you do cleave unto for your power. Babylon the Great, which is the biblical name for the United States of America. Because as we can clearly see that this wicked horde, as it said, as pursuant to Revelation chapter 17, she's on her last leg. She's fallen economically, militarily, morally, and eventually she's going to fall outright when those 200 million nuclear missiles hit this place and turn it into the biblical lake of fire from sea to shining sea, and then a desolate, uninhabitable wasteland afterwards. And there's going to be nothing to stop this judgment from coming. Just as the Assyrian Empire fell, the Babylonian Empire, the Medo-Persians, the Greeks, the Romans, all the way up until today, no empire has ever lasted. The only empire and kingdom that will rule for eternity is the kingdom of heaven under the children of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the 12 tribes. But as for you heathen nations, you all had your time to rule and fulfill prophecy, just like all them past kingdoms. The United States of America has just about reached those bounds which she cannot pass. Those bounds to fulfill prophecy before she completely goes down. And of course, everybody that lived in these different kingdoms that were the ruling race at that time, they never thought they were going to go down. You had that saying that the sun never set on the British Empire. The Romans definitely never thought they were going to go down. Same thing with these Babylonians, spiritual Egyptian Edomites. And you do have a lot of them starting to wake up and seeing that the game's almost over. Then you got a lot that are also still in delusions, thinking that this place is going to come back, thinking that, oh, what, Trump somehow is going to catch the ball and make that touchdown at the end, make America great again, Biden build back better, or some other asshole's going to come in to renew this place. But that's clearly not the case. We're at the time where this place is going down. And as it says in Isaiah 55 verse 11, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please. And that word that's about to be accomplished is the prophecies dealing with the downfall of this horde, Babylon the Great, the United States of America.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 47, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
And that dust is symbolic for confusion. And this place is definitely in confusion. As it says all throughout the scriptures, the wise men of Teman, or the wise men of or Pharaoh's wise men going into spiritual Egypt, and these Edomites, or the wise men of Edom, they've all lost their wisdom, and they're in a state of confusion. Everything these Edomites in Babylon are doing now just isn't working anymore. Hey, the media, from the movies to the mainstream news, isn't working anymore. People are seeing through the BS with that. People are seeing through the BS of the political system. They're seeing that the Republicans and the Democrats are two sides of the same coin.
It's all right. You can leave it out.
Yeah, everything from the politics to the media to the news, and especially the military now. It's all in a state of confusion. A bunch of people online have been making fun of the fact that the new ads for the U.S. Army deals with equality and the alphabet code. It's all like cartoons now. You got this one blonde girl, which is like, I grew up knowing how to fight for freedom and justice because I had two moms. Now I'm a missile operator in the U.S. military. But then when you see ads for China and Russia, you got guys doing backflips, dudes getting dust blown in their face, riding tanks, shooting shit. And hey, that's the state of things. The American military is getting weaker and spreading thin, while these other heathen nations' military, like China and Russia, they're getting geared up and getting on that war footing. You have a bunch of information, if I can say real quick, you got a bunch of information coming out about how Russia and China have these new hypersonic weapons that are nuclear capable, that are capable of getting past any missile defense system that the U.S. has. And best believe they're going to be used. This place is about to go down, and it's about to go down hard.
And it's funny when the brother talk about that. You got Roseanne, and Deborah passed together. You know what I mean by Roseanne. You know, them funny bunnies, man. The Lord put the spirit on them to pass, man. Because at the end of the day, He's not gonna stop what's already in motion to happen. All right? You so-called white people, you Edomites of the planet Earth, you going down, man.
That's right.
All right? And ain't a goddamn thing you can do about it. All right? So that's why, brother. Also, you don't have to get it, but you can go in Lamentations. All right? It says, "Rejoice, all you daughters of Edom, man." Right? So go live it up. Go have a ball right now, man, because this kingdom that you know as America, all right, these United States of America, they're going to be obsolete in the near future. Really obsolete now, man, because nobody really giving a damn about what America is talking about. The mother nations are bucking up, all right? The mother nations are ready to shoot on this whore, man, according to Revelations, all right? And we just that much closer. We at a stage right now to where it's any moment you can go back home, and tonight it can just go down. That's how much tense on a global level things are. Even in a local level, shit is tense. What we got down here? You got the feds raiding shit down here now. It's on a whole other level, man.
You got the National Guard starting to take care of duties that normal people would take up. You got the National Guard starting up north. I think it's in Minnesota or Michigan or somewhere. You got the National Guard starting to drive the school buses to drive kids to school because there's a bus shortage. You got Joe Biden talking about using the National Guard to help with the supply chain shortage.
In Florida, he's talking about definitely doing it in Florida. He's definitely talking about using them in Florida for whatever reason. You know?
And Florida's one of them states that's bucking up to all these mandates.
And Texas too.
They got their eyes on those places to take them down, and that's going to further play into the downfall of Babylon, that civil war. Because as it says in Isaiah 19 verse 2, not only is brother going to fight against brother, but city against city and kingdom against kingdom.
Egyptian against Egyptian, man.
Realm against realm.
Hey, you're going to have cities fighting against each other, states, the average Joe's fighting against each other, class wars. Hey, it's about to be in the red on every single level. Blood, guts, and ass from the East Coast to the West Coast.
Y'all remember going back a couple of months when one of them guys got shot. You remember that guy, his wife came out there on the lawn with
the guns?
Yeah.
And I think it was in...
Yeah.
Was it?
It was somewhere.
It was like the guy had the M16. I think that was in Oregon with those protests going on. You had those Antifa people break into their house, and they came out. The dude came out with the M16, and his wife had the snub nose.
Yeah, so that's what you're gonna have. You're gonna have class wars like that. You're gonna have all type of different skirmishes going on right here in the streets of America. Motherfuckers gonna be getting their brains blowed out. All right, you're gonna get three in your head like a bowling ball. And getting slid to the side, man.
It's already starting with the
Yeah.
Edomites right now already.
That's right.
They at each other's throats right now.
Especially over this Joe Biden-Trump election.
Right.
You can go to social media and see people getting arguments at Walgreens, be like, "You voted for Biden, bitch," or "You voted for Trump, you racist." Like,
Hey, tell them about how the Edomites down here are ready to get on our ass, man.
oh, they're ready to
Hold on.
lynch her.
Yeah.
Yeah, two different Edomites. One was calling in at 3 a.m. after drinking some Heavenly Hill, saying, "Hey, I'm gonna kill that bitch." And then you had another guy who got arrested because he said, "I'm a lynch." And you had another Edomite say, "I'm a lynch Cantrell." This is what the Edomite said. I'm not saying this, just so
Don't say that.
you funny people. This is what the Edomite said. I'm gonna leave her hanging for 4 years. So they're ready. Hey, that goes into 2 Ezra 15. The sedition among men, they shall not regard their kings or princes. Hey, these average Joes, Republican, Democrat, are ready to get at each other. You just had a bunch of women walk by. You got these Edomite men ready to get on these women with the Sigma males and the MGTOWs. Because when you go to the comment section of those videos, they're talking about some Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees type shit. And then you got these, especially got these average Joe people ready to get on these politicians' ass. I read an article a couple of months ago saying that over the past couple of years, the uptick in threats towards politicians has gone up like damn near 20-fold. You had one guy send a politician a threat saying he was going to skin him alive and kill him. Like, it's
damn.
Pelosi, we tried to kidnap him.
Kind.
Yeah, they're talking the kidnapping plots and everything.
That them school board meetings too over the max.
So yeah, it's in the red on all levels. Okay, one more point. And a good movie to watch is a movie called The Domestics, because in that movie you got the Edomites in the suburbs actually living in like suburban areas, but then the rest of the country is like a wasteland where a bunch of gangs are fighting each other. It was coming to the streets of America, but you got it. If you got your precept pot, go back to that 47.
Okay. It's Isaiah 19:2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
The modern day spiritual Egyptians, these Edomites, these so-called white people. Hey, and as it says in Revelation 11 verse 8, this so-called great city, which is spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt.
And they shall fight every one against his brother and every one against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom.
A city against city and kingdom against kingdom. So you're not just going to have people duking it out on the streets. You're going to have cities. One city, say Baton Rouge goes to war against New Orleans. You're gonna have one state go against the federal government going at Florida and Texas. It's just gonna be complete pandemonium from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast. This country literally gonna be on fire, and then it's gonna be on that ultimate fire when those nuclear missiles hit this place. If you Jakes out there, you coons, you got no hope. Hey, but to you Jakes out there that are sincere, maybe just starting to come about hearing the word, and you may have so-called good white friends in the world. Hey, even good heathen friends in the world. You better start distancing yourself from them. You better start coming to terms with the fact that there are going to be not only civil wars in this country, but race wars. As it says in Isaiah 13, everybody's going to return unto their own people, and those that are found among them shall be thrust through with the sword, and watch their wives get ravished, and their children get thrust through with the sword. That's exactly what's coming. You got your precept out?
1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child.
And they're saying that peace and safety right now with the jungle juice. That's gonna bring things back to normal. Hey, the mandates. Hey, we're gonna build back better. Everything's gonna be fine. We just gotta hunker down and follow the federal government, but everything's gonna be good. Then it says sudden destruction. Hey, like a thief in the night, all hell's gonna break loose. Which, as we were talking about in the pre-camp video, you can see the writing on the wall. Supply chain disruptions coming, which are going to lead to famines, fuel shortages, the dark winter, all these different things.
I'm gonna say something too, because what Esau doing, he's practicing like they did in the times of old, like the siege of Masada. They already said, if you don't want to get that thriller in your arm, all right, you ain't trying to get the thriller. Well, they're gonna stop the logistics of supplies and things coming in and tell everybody abide by the rules, man. And the same thing happened because the golden commodities of this time is what? Food, water, gasoline. So when he cuts that off, he puts everybody in the stranglehold, man. Come on. Let's just do it. Let's get it over with, man. And a lot of you Americans, you some of the most desperate, sorry motherfuckers there is, man. Because why? You niggas gotta have the cigarettes, you gotta have the beer. You gotta get the gas to ride around all day for them hoes, man.
McDonald's.
You gotta have the McDonald's. Hey, you niggas gotta have the toilet paper. These different things. You niggas live off it, man. So all he has been doing is running logistics the whole time on the things that you need, and they're going to cut them off. You niggas not gonna get them 3 days, 4 for 4s all goddamn day, man. All right. The things you getting off the shelves, all right. So like one of my people, he was complaining to me last night about They just had babies and shit. Man, the milk $80 for two. This for two pot. If you get the powder ones, the powder milk, it's like 80 something dollars. You get the wet one or some shit like 45. That's still high. A pop. Them fucking babies go through that shit in 2-3 servings, man.
Hey, diapers. The prices for diapers are on an uptick too. Besides there being a shortage of diapers coming.
Yeah, man. I need to go holler at me or Tyrone Bigham. Let him go get some Pampers and you can come up. You can come up off some shit, man. Sell a bunch of Pampers and shit, man. That's why I said you women, you're gonna be in a bad case, man. Because see, he can cut them Kotex off too. We've been talking about that. When them Kotex go, man, it's gonna be a bloody streets out here, man. They ain't thinking about that. Them hoes trying to get them Yankee #3 weaves. You got black women still talking about getting their nails done, their feet done, and all this chaos going on, man. But ain't nobody thinking about them Kotex, them pads. You be gonna be in a bad case, man.
And shit, you got some preppers out there talking about, hey, you want to come up, buy a bunch of tampons and Kotex and all that. That's going to be a commodity in that day. But even then, that shit's not going to save you because people are going to get to the point of busting indoors.
Take that shit, man.
Hey, they're gonna take the Kotex and the box that is stuck to.
Yeah, bro, right, man. You black ass women, you ain't got no flame retardant fucking weaves on your head, huh? That's what's coming to a lot of you. Lord gonna drop fucking things on your head, man. Some big ass helmets, because a lot of y'all just getting out the way with the cumbrellas, man.
God,
you know,
the cumbrellas,
man. And them goddamn big ass weave for a helmet, man. Nigga, bitch, you just slap a safe sticker on the side of their fucking weed, man.
And shit, with how backed up these men are out here, them cumbrellas they ain't gonna hold us that day. Yeah, man. It's gonna be zinc coming out of your knees.
Yeah, man. These niggas, he got these creepers on. These old, what's old boy name was? Skeletor niggas out here, man. He sort of let them loose. You know? He sort of let them loose.
They already talking about the prisons already got shortages of workers.
Yeah.
So it ain't long, like the brother saying, for a Skeletor breakout. You know, 15, 20 of them.
My partner said they working deals now. They let niggas out that bitch now, man. He said the bunks in there and shit's empty.
Damn.
They giving it like, hey, they working deals with the juice.
Yeah.
They working deals with the juice of visitation. They working deals getting out of that bitch for that. And he's like, man, the bunks, it's free room around this bitch, man. You know, for the guys that got like lesser deals, they letting them crazy motherfuckers out. And you know these niggas get out, they ready to hump something, man. It don't matter what it is.
Yeah, right. Backed up on 911 operators and all
That too. Yeah. Yeah, man.
There's a bunch of cougars out here.
They got one right there talking to the goddamn self.
Hey, in a preview. Oh yeah, he finished.
What I told you. The Lord always bring an example of proof, man. Niggas sounding like
Get that.
niggas sounding like Steve-O and shit, man.
See, Steve, you hear me?
Yeah, look.
Now in that day, is that guy gonna take no for an answer?
Nah, man.
He's just gonna take.
And he might already got that thriller. So that nigga gonna be bionic fucking strong, man. Gonna get one of you hoes in a headlock and it's over.
5G. Yeah, talking about the 5G network.
The Dos Equis.
You
know we got
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't call it for what it is. So, hey, whoever got that juice, man, you'll see some real good shit out here real soon. Especially if you got the 2 doses of the juice.
And the booster.
Hey, one nigga we know got all 4. He got all he ready. He ready. That nigga sitting there like a brand new battery, man. That nigga's ready for anything. That nigga ready, man.
What was that thing you hit? He could be hitting the juice.
That nigga gonna be hitting the everything with your ass, man. They cut that 5G on, that nigga gonna turn to the Hulk, man. Yeah.
And hey, you women got an appetizer the times to come up in Philadelphia with that dude on that train, that subway car. He went to handling business and nobody stopped. They said people were taking out their phones and recording.
Yeah, man.
Anybody help?
Ain't gonna stop me.
Ain't no help coming. That's the thing. Ain't no help coming to you, man. Like the king in Second King said, if the Lord can't help you, what can I do, man?
And what were they in the midst of doing? They were eating each other's babies. And that's coming back in big style.
Yeah, that's coming back in style too.
70 AD, all that shit. But,
Especially here in New Orleans, man. This old rundown piece of shit ass city. You still got pipes. The machines that the Susan Water Boys from World War I. Pipes in the ground is from World War II and shit, man. You
They got wooden pipes.
This brother going around. You ride through certain areas, it's pitch dark. There's no lights. There's no lights for the nighttime. Nothing, man. You come on through, Esau. Come on through. You come on through. You good? You know. Excuse me. All right, my man. No.
hey, you remember them old Mickey Mouse cartoons that were black and white when the car was driving the tires? That's how those machines look in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Shit's real now, man.
But yeah, reread verse 1. Read verse 1, then you got your precept, and then everybody else had some precepts. You get read verse 1, we'll get yours, and we'll go back to Isaiah 47.
Man, one thing too, this brother was going into, man. He's gonna shut shit down to where they're gonna have to call in the martial law, man. When shit get so chaotic, and the word martial law means warlike. It's gonna get real warlike out here. The law's gonna change, man. Your police, which they don't have a police force now because everybody's retired or either just gone because of the ooh-wee juice in there. Ain't nobody going for that shit. Look at Aaron Rodgers wasn't going for it. There's a lot of people ain't going for that shit, man. Especially Edomites. A lot of Edomites are in the know. So they ain't going for it. And pretty much it's gonna get so bad to where they're gonna basically she's gonna get so dread they're going to do something about it, man. Cause see, the men of the Lord, we're prepared for Esau also to stage another attack out here too, man. That's what you really gotta be looking out for too. Can't be going all at the Pelican game. You see what happened last night at the Travis Scott shit, right?
Yeah.
That brother seen?
Yeah, I seen
And
it.
they had a nigga that he was on the phone. He said, man, got demonic in that bitch. He said people was black and blue, dying, dropping dead. Yeah, 11. They say 11 now.
Cardiac arrest.
Yeah. Just for no reason. You don't know if they gassed them people. They said this nigga was looking down on them and still doing his thing. They had a big sign came out there that said, see you on the other side. Wow. They shot fire up and it looked like hell in that motherfucker, man. You better watch out what the fuck you going to, man. Jake wanna go to these concerts and shit, man, he gonna kill your black ass, man.
And even just going to the main street, like a Bourbon Street or something like that. You could be walking on Bourbon Street and machine gun fire just started.
Telling you stuff like that. When he made that movie with
Yeah, you could be walking on Bourbon Street and machine gun fire could just start. Somebody could be throwing grenades off the roof. And another example is that movie, the third Dark Knight movie. The people at the football game playing, and in the stadium, the ground just blew up, and the place started falling in the ground. What were you saying?
Remember that movie with Aaliyah? I forgot the one she played in where they were in a concert, and they all of a sudden it started turning into demons.
Queen of the Damned.
Yeah.
Queen of the Damned.
Yeah, so they were telling you then what they were doing.
Yeah, that predictive programming in those movies. But we in the pandemic. All demonic. We're in an all demonic time.
And these times too, man. See, we're going into the dark. Winter is dark. Every day is dead and dying. So that's what he thrives on. That's why I'm gonna say even through the spirit. That's why you got a lot of guys getting spirits jumped on their ass, man. Where they just getting the walling out, saying doing all type of crazy shit, and not actually being mindful of what they're saying and doing. All right? We in some demonic times, man. They just had a high holiday with even that guy, the guy that's over the Satan Church of Satan. His name Anton LaVey. Anton LaVey. He just made another statement. He said it feel good to have everybody at least for one day worship my God Satan, man. Letting your children dress up like him. They They telling you what they're doing, man.
Champagne, Halloween.
They telling you what the fuck they're doing, man. But people still, especially you goddamn women. You women, all you is about, you like little children. All you is about happy play, joy, just do what we need to do, man. But yet they kidnapping your asses and shit, man.
And the newest Halloween movie that just came out, it was called Halloween Kills.
Yeah.
That's them telling you, literally kills. And of course, you have people getting sacrificed on Halloween. And like the elder brother was saying, Halloween's one of the highest holy days for these witches out here.
Y'all ain't seen how many of the kids and shit have been coming up missing down here? All of a sudden, y'all been seeing that shit on the news? So many kids, and you got one little boy in the east, they said last time he was seen getting off the goddamn bus. Ain't nobody seen him no more. Because the month of October is a month where they sacrifice their gods, man. They snatch your children up, right? Sometimes your children get around to the time of they're actually going to Bohemian Grove. And they sacrifice them, man. Doing witchcraft. This shit is real. This ain't nothing to play with. And this city here was built. This city here was built on this shit. They don't have a commemoration of what's his name, Albert Pike, on Jefferson Davis for nothing. You know, these mayors and senators and different people that sit in a high office, they don't. Don't think it's funny that every year of Albert Pike's birthday, they still worship this guy's birthday. Even you can look this up. Hillary Clinton, she's a witch. She tell you you can go look up Hillary Clinton witch or something like that. She tell you she conjure up demons every year. She conjure up demons and different old presidents, man.
They had a video with her. She had a bunch of witchcraft books on her desk.
That's right.
She started playing something.
Nancy Pelosi wanted to.
All of
She a
them.
witch too.
All of them. Go sacrifice to in Sonoma County, California. Up there in the woods, they go to Bohemian Grove, man. All of them do the shit. Especially the men that run around the woods, butt naked, popping each other and shit. All of them do it, man. Yeah, this ain't no
Molech, huh?
Huh?
Yeah, that Molech.
Yeah, Molech, yeah.
Verse 3. And it says exactly, hey, and it says in the scriptures that this place is full of witchcraft and deceits.
Yeah.
In 3 verse 1.
And they got so many of these Edomites that you walk by, a lot of them witches and water. They been so much shit down here. All these different bars and galleries, man. And these people, you don't know what the fuck they doing in there, man. Eating all type of people and shit. That's how these Edomites get down. Go ahead.
We had that one Edomite when we were going into that book you got about cannibalism. And he said Bohemian Grove. He was walking and he rubbernecked and came right back and said, "Oh, I heard of Bohemian Grove." And he like, you eat people there, my mates? "Oh yeah, I eat people." And his friend next to him was like, "I can't believe he's saying this." Yeah, you got freaks, cannibals, necrophiliacs, coprophiliacs, all manners of weirdos and warlocks and witches walking around the streets here, walking right past you, beating your neighbors, everything.
Yeah. Niggas into it, man.
Eve's leaving the Christian.
These black women, you Jakes, you sticking your rods in and a lot of them holes into that shit, man. You know, a lot of these black women out here into voodoo, witchcraft, on higher levels, man. You gotta watch what you gotta check what you're dealing with, man.
Churches too.
Oh yeah, a lot of these churches, they ain't nothing. The pastors ain't nothing but high level masons and shit, man.
Shit, I
Go ahead.
can speak from first-hand experience. I was dealing with this one Eve who was talking about how her friends were full-fledged witches and they wanted her to join their coven. So it's out there like that. It's like the elder brother said, you really need to be watching what you're dealing with out here, and especially so now with these women out here getting the jungle juice.
Oh yeah, you gotta watch what you popping too, man. Because y'all see what I put in the WhatsApp? I didn't say that. It's telling you in a way that the thriller can be transmitted through sex, man. And they got the Hydra shit too.
God.
You know what these motherfuckers. Go ahead.
Over his.
Sorry.
Is it okay?
Go ahead.
Sorry.
You gotta watch what you popping out here. You go to these goddamn women houses, you see crystals and stays and shit. What she doing? Yeah, you see shit like that, different weird. You gotta watch what you're dealing with. You gotta go to them whole cabinet, man.
pill, none but depression
Go,
pills.
go say you gotta use the bathroom.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Babe, I can use the bathroom. Yeah, you gotta go. Open that cabinet, freeze and that shit get full. Oh, that might be AIDS medication or something, man. What the fuck you taking it?
Testosterone blockers.
For real, man.
Jake, eyes will pop out of his head like Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, man.
The other thing.
Yeah, man. Shit. It's that crucial out here now, man.
Hey, because Jake like to pop, but hey, you brothers got to be on your P's and Q's out here, because like the elder brother was saying, hey, shit can get transmitted from the Jamba Juice, so you can't just be going out here slinging that 6-shooter out here all day.
Slinging that ice cream like you done just got out of goddamn Baskin Robbins, man. You need to chill out.
Like Billy the Zinc.
Chill out, man.
I did some work in the Masonic Temple, in the layout of the Masonic Temple, with the stuff they got on the floors and stuff. That shit wicked, bro.
They didn't have windows on the outside either, did they?
It's wicked like this. They got like shapes and stuff all in the floor, like big stones laid down. They got like their own court. It's like they got different, like the eastern stars, like they got a star, and they got a certain color for each corner, and they got like a chair or like a throne. They got a chair, a throne at each point. Like, it's crazy, like a courthouse or something.
Yeah, and they be sometimes that one chair be for safety.
Yeah.
I done seen a lot of them too. It be over 100 seats and one seat is in the middle.
Yeah.
That seat is for safety, man. And they talk to safety.
Like the pentagram is on the floor. They like it's made in stone.
You probably had a weird ass feeling when you walked in there too, like the air got stale or something like that.
Yeah, like they got stone, like it's all like marble, big marble slabs. Like you'll see it look ragged on the outside, but the inside is all marble slabs, stones, everything decorated. It's crazy.
You brother get Isaiah 47. Go ahead. Yeah, man.
You might as well get the name. Get Nahum, read verse 1 and jump out. Get Nahum chapter 3, read verse 1 and jump out.
It's the book of Nahum, chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city, it is full of lies and robbery. The prey departed not.
We know what that bloody city is, the United States of America. And this chapter is talking about Assyria, but besides being known as Babylon the Great and spiritual Egypt in the scriptures, it's also known as spiritual Assyria as well. So that's what it's talking about here, that spiritual Assyria in the United States. And verse 4 is about to go into everything we were just talking about.
Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot.
And what America referred to in Revelation 17, that whore that sits upon many waters, that harlot.
Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth the nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts.
And this country was built on witchcraft. Hey, the founding fathers were Masons. You had the bankers like the Rothschilds funding this country. They had the guise of a so-called Christian nation, but really it goes back to these mystery religions they believe in. Satanism, Luciferianism, you name it. They hit it for a season. They hit it for a season to fool the people, but hey, now that we're getting closer to the end, they're just coming out with it. You're seeing these celebrities do the symbolism more and more. You've got TV shows now and cartoons just straight up coming with it, with the all-seeing eye and everything.
Hey, look at that other broad, Marcus the Stallion, or Megan the Stallion. You seen the next album she make? What she did? Dress up like Satan. Fucking Cardi B.
Lil Nas X was twerking on Satan.
Yeah, look at what's her name?
Nicki Minaj.
Cardi B. Her first album, the album cover was plain. Second one, pentagram, black and white floors. Black and white clothes. They all of them say, oh, hey, as soon as you make some money, niggas always say you in the Illuminati. Nigga, yes you are. You in the boule. You in all that shit, man.
And what they always talk about too, they got a persona, an alternate persona. You had Nicki Minaj saying she had a little man named Roman talking in her mouth.
Yep.
Beyonce, alter ego.
Sasha
Fierce with Beyonce. LeBron James, didn't they say he was talking to? He was like talking to some demon or something.
That ritual with the chalk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he said you got a different rate. They come out to the games. Like this LeBron ain't coming, the other one showing up, the
So-
new LeBron or something.
Yeah, Kobe Bryant. I think it was Kobe
T.I.
Bryant.
versus Tip,
Somebody was doing something.
Black Mamba.
Black Mamba.
They all have an alter ego.
And then the screens on the phone and the screen on the TV, that goes back to something called a scrying mirror, a black piece of glass that's used to conjure up witches and witchcraft and demons and stuff. That's all you're doing when you're going onto the internet, watching TV. It's just a constant state of witchcraft and magic, just deceiving and messing up the people, throwing demons on them. Hey, the elder brother from South Carolina just did a video showing how TikTok is making girls get tics and Tourette's now, throwing demons on them.
Different incense too.
Colors
Different spirits. Yeah.
and colors like the red and the yellow of McDonald's. It's used to incite you to get
Red, yellow,
hungry.
and green. Red, yellow, and green. Because of, like I went into a while back, the guys that created, there's one guy that created the actual framing of the TV. There's another guy by the name, I can't even remember his name. He made the programming for the TV. But both of these guys were a part of the Golden Dawn Society, which the Golden Dawn Society actually goes back, but it was friends also with that guy, Aleister Crowley, man. All right, and you know, Aleister Crowley he was a high, they said this guy was the most evilest guy on the planet Earth, man.
They called him the beast. He said he
Beast.
called himself, I'm the beast in Revelation.
Somebody get a picture of him, man. He got that picture with the pyramid, he
God.
like this. Get him, man.
And shit. The
Did his
music.
mom call him Satan or something like that?
Yeah.
You got it.
And,
Look what
and,
these niggas into, man. Do as thou will. And even that guy you love, Jay-Z, had a shirt. What that nigga know about Aleister Crowley, man? Nigga from Brooklyn. What do you know about Aleister Crowley? Why he had a shirt on and say, do as thou will?
Right.
shit, what did you say? Rockefeller Records,
Yeah.
Jehovah, all that.
Throwing a diamond up? Yeah. Show him, Mark.
That old Mason symbol, they call that a light.
Right. Even that diamond. You go to everybody went to school. What happens with this triangle? Every corner is a 6. It's a 6 on the angle, so it's 6
got
and
him.
6. Yeah, that nigga's a demon, man.
Shit. And of course the music, the rap is throwing curses on people, throwing witchcraft and demons on people. What'd you say? What was it? Rick Ross, the one chick who was a backup dancer, set her.
Yeah, and then 666.
They were chanting in the background and shit. And
They
even
said to get the fuck out of there, man.
and you had a dude named David Bowie. He said he was a rock and roll artist back in the 70s. He said, you can't tell me that rock and roll isn't the devil's music.
It is. It is. Even that guy, John Todd, goes on to tell you how rock and roll was created on Satanism. When you look at Kiss is one of the biggest rock and roll groups to come up. What they was into, Satanism. They song commemoration to Satan.
And they put like hidden messages in it where you could play it backwards and
Yeah.
that stuff. That was like the first music they did that.
Even that, you can't tell me that guy Ozzy Osbourne ain't into Satanism, man. The guy used to eat off the heads of birds and shit, man.
The band he was in was called Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy. We used to have the other shit with the Beatles. The Beatles gave you Sweet Home. No, it was called what's the name of that damn song?
Molly Crew.
Hotel California.
Yeah.
That was somebody else. That's the Eagles. But
Eagles.
But the
Go ahead.
But the Beatles had an album called Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club, and on the album cover it had a bunch of different historical people on it. And Aleister Crowley was in there. An image of him was in the group of all these other people. You had one of the people in those Elamite religions like Hinduism, which all goes into demon. It was just a bunch of demonic people on the album cover of this album.
Right.
And shit, that was the Beatles were witchcrafting themselves. Like you got to think back in the '60s, they dressed, they all nice, clean cut with the suit. Oh, parents will think, oh, our kids are going to listen to nice music, but when you listen to the lyrics, it's going into all kind of madness and all kind of sex, drug, rock and roll, all that.
It's a song back then by the Beatles.
Helter Skelter.
Yeah, Helter Skelter. Which that's a 4,000-year-old word, man. But you got niggas like, I done heard it. That song, The Diamond Teeth Samurai by NBA Youngboy, that nigga talking about Helter Skelter. What his dumb ass know about Helter Skelter, man?
Bow-legged.
I think another nigga. I think even Boosie said Helter Skelter. But Helter Skelter was actually making the lyrics of the song was back then in the hippie time was making niggas smoking weed and go out and have sedition with the police. That's what they do. Because you gotta think when you're in the car, watch it. One day your woman be singing a song. Watch it. It's like a seance. They singing key note for note what the other person is saying, man. Like that song Umbrella. That song when they play it backwards, it's saying I love you, Satan. You know, Lucifer, son of the morning.
Shine bright like a diamond. A daimon goes back to a demon.
Yeah, diamond, a Damien. Even don't never let nobody say that you're a genius. Because genius, the word genius goes back to Damien, meaning a demon. Oh, you a genius. Oh no, I'm not no genius. Oh no. They're telling you you're a demon.
Say, that's funny. That Mason I used to work for, that's what he used to call us because we used to be in his apprenticeship program. He'd be like, yeah, G weeks.
Right, and I'm gonna tell you something too. 'Cause this brother here deals with electrician work. The schematics of electricity, the different signs and symbols of learning, being a journeyman and all that shit. It's all witchcraft. You know, because you gotta learn those different symbols and shit, like a tree, different shit like that. It's all witchcraft. Electricity is witchcraft. That even goes back to the other guy. What's his name? The nigga that found all the people that went to his house and found all the
Benjamin
people.
Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin. The other guy that did the so-called credit electricity.
Benjamin
Thomas Edison.
with the kite.
Nikola
The
Tesla.
kite.
That was Benjamin
Yeah,
Franklin.
Benjamin
too.
Franklin. He was heavily into that too.
He was in a part of a
he
group
was
called the
amazing.
Hellfire Club,
Yeah, Hellfire Club.
and they showed that shit. They got a group called the Hell shit in the X-Men. The X-Men comics.
right.
You got a group called the Illuminati in the X-Men, as well as the Hellfire Club.
Yeah, they put it in your face, man. You know, and like I said, when you really understand electricity work, it all goes back to Satanism. Because, like I said, say it again, the signs and symbols that you have to learn from being a journeyman is because to be an electrician, because you gotta go. It's like masonry. You go from different stages, all the way up to being the top dog to be the top paid and shit. All them little signs, learning how to connect the reds and the blue, the different wires and shit. It's all Satanism. You know, that's all it is, man. You know, and it goes back to the different degrees and shit. Even what like we went into before, when you go to college or graduate, they put a cap on your head purposely, a square cap. And they put on everybody's head when they graduate, and the tassel goes from the right side to the left side. That cap is called a motherboard. That cap, when you put that cap from the right side to the left, that means that you're gonna give a person of your equal or your graduate class or your people that graduate, you gonna give them, when you get in your different shit, you're gonna give them a fair shake or a fair deal. You know? You are fully indoctrinated too, man.
You're on the board. It's a motherboard you're
Yeah.
wearing on your head.
That's right, man. It's all squares and shit. That's why y'all always wonder why the guy that graduates he has a painter cap on. Most time he has those two it's like
sash.
a sash. That's masonry, man. You get a degree, a certificate, man. You are actually a square now. You'll give a person a fair deal. That's why when you go up to the tops, you get these big jobs and these shit. What's your hobbies, man? Who you with? And you gotta be when you go to college, you got to be a part of a fraternity to graduate. Got to. You can't get out of that bitch. If you get out of there without being a part of a fraternity, you're gonna have a rough time finding a job. I can guarantee you that. You know, you get your ass in the military. You want to be the big guy, come back with all the cars and big houses, you gotta become a mason. Fire the police force. You want to be on the police force, you want to make big money?
The Fraternal Order of the Police.
Yeah, the blue brotherhood, man, the blue line. That's why when you up there getting sworn in, they got white gloves on, man. That's masonry. Fire department, masonry.
And even that gesture goes back to
Masonry.
Masonic
This is masonry. This right here, this saying this. The peace sign, masonry, that's like the horns. All right? This shit, you be seeing them niggas like Malcolm X put his hand on his chin, doing this and shit. It's masonry. The claw hand and shit. I know about all that
Hand
shit.
in the jacket.
Yeah, the hidden hand.
I think this one means it's like I know what's going on. Like I know what's going on.
You have about to say something too, right? The Vesica Pisces. We know about all that shit, man.
Yeah, you passed it up a little, but just to go back to the electricity to back you up, it's like electricity deal with what? Charging of energy, right? Yeah. Same thing with demonic spirits. Them spirits get on you to what? Charge you up to do what? Wickedly, man. Okay. And charge you is a charging.
You channel the spirit.
You channeling it. There you go. Yeah, same thing with electricity. It's meant. That's the answer to your point with that, bro.
Yeah, that's why Esau has. I bring it to, I can go deeper into it, but that's why they got something called low lines and ley lines.
Mm-hmm.
Ley lines, you go look at ley lines and study ley lines. It's like a series of different like statues and different statues and different things around the world. Esau actually conjure up demons. Demons go through different like the portals and shit.
What's that shit in Seattle?
The arch.
St. Louis
Arch, man.
Arch.
Yes, they got high level demons come through that shit, man.
You call electrician, another word for electrician, is it called a linesman?
They got
Yeah, that's like, see what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's a different degree.
The what? Power it through, the channel it through, man.
Yeah.
Same, it's demonic forces. It's a force, right?
Yeah, current.
It's
Right. That's why when you get in these cars, most of these new cars they got satellite radio called what? Siri. Siri is an actual fucking deity, a demon they worship. That's why they got the dog and shit.
The free Sirius radio goes back to
man.
The dog star, as they call it,
man.
frequencies.
And shit.
Demonic shit going on here, man.
When you're driving on the road, what are you driving on? A circuit.
Yeah. Which goes back to what the brother does, man.
Yeah.
And everything has vibration on it. It has vibration and hertz, megahertz and shit. The frequency, man.
Yeah.
Everything that you see out here is life, man. It moves. It has a vibration on it. And Esau knows that shit, man.
Get on you. You come from one outlet to the other, like when you run the electricity in the house, it gotta run to this one, which channel this one, send it back to that one.
That's a circuit.
It's a circuit. Yeah.
Certain city.
Transfer of the fiat currency, they call it what? Currency. Fiat
Current. Yeah. Current. That's great.
Money, money. Goes into the wordplay too.
The dollar's got all kind of demonic symbols on the dollar. Pyramids, eyes, all kinds.
Well, that's why they got the web on the money, man. Because you get caught up in that web. A lot of people get caught up in that web, man. So you can't never get out. You ain't gonna make the money, or the money gonna make you. Go ahead, you brother got it.
Yeah. That's why I say on buying and selling, stick it close to center.
Right.
Senate or something like that. Well, you go like that in the apocrypha or something like that. Buying and selling, stick it close to center. Yeah, because that's what it deals with at the end of the day, especially the money over here, man. If you making money or getting money, more than likely send it. I'm talking about on a high level, and yeah, of course.
If your personal status,
You got status, you're a sinner, all right? Because what you doing? You sinning to get it, all right? And you sinning to keep it. Yeah, you got it.
So, back in naval, because the more money you have, you're gonna be more entrenched in this world.
Yeah,
You're not gonna want
to protect it.
And they do it by any means necessary, man.
Anything.
That's why these niggas doing blood sacrifices, and shit like that. They doing all type of rituals, all right? These niggas going to the director's couch, letting that man put that bony on in your ass, man. Letting you get on that corner. You won't be high rich in this world. You got to do some things strange, man. But if you want to be the elite to the next world, you got to do this, man. We're worrying about this place is gone and dead. We're worrying about what's next. That's why we doing what we're doing. That's why we out here in the cold, man. Preaching unto the Lord, because we're looking to be the next rulers and kings of the world to come. I ain't worried about fame right now. I'm not worried about being uber rich in Satan's world. I'm ready to be an heir to what's to come. The men that I have, that the Lord has able to teach with me and different men around the world, the elect, Lord willing, we're looking for the world to come, man. Because we all can tell our testimonies of what we used to do in the world, and we probably was the best at it. Whether it be b-ball, football, you name it, we was once the best of anything that you've done, you was the best. In order to be in this thing right here, this thing called the truth, whatever you was doing, you was the best, probably the best motherfucker that was in it, but the Lord called you out of that, man. To do this. This is the NBA. This is the NFL of the NFLs right here, man. Right? You're gonna do it for the Lord. And then whatever we do, and in the world, we're gonna contribute to the kingdom, man. And the world will come. I'm not worried about right now, man.
Striving for that mastery.
Huh?
Striving for that mastery.
Right, you gotta strive for the mastery. Right.
It's back in Nahum 3, verse 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts. Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh, the Lord of hosts. And I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame.
And how's that mainly happening? To the men of the Lord, beginning with our apostle elders going out onto the highways and byways preaching this word, revealing this information, and waking up us. Then we go and look into the information, and what are we doing right now? Revealing the witchcraft of the whoredoms of this country, lifting up that skirt, sending out that vibration. Hey, and with us sending out that vibration, it's also sending out the vibration to these other people, these truth tellers out here and all that, to go out and go out and be whistleblowers as well. As it says in Matthew 24, verse 14, one of my favorites. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. That's why we're seeing the end come, because the prophets are preaching this word from one end of the earth, even to the other end of the earth. And hey, just to back up what you were saying, hey, we're diligently working for the kingdom to come. We're doing it with our integrity. We're keeping our integrity so we can have a clean sheet in the kingdom of heaven, being rulers that didn't have to. Let me just get it real quick. It's Romans 11 verse 4. But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men, or a complete number of men, who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal, bowed the knee to the image of this system. And everything that comes with it, yeah, to Baal.
Don't say Baal, that other nigga gonna pop up with the nose ring.
Hey, he's too busy cleaning his dirty socks somewhere. But we 7,000 are a complete number of men that haven't bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Not being entangled with this system and not selling their soul to be a part of the system, keeping their souls, keeping their integrity, and so we can be the rulers of the society to come, of the image of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. But you've been told this before.
Wisdom of Solomon 12:4. Whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcraft.
That's a spirit.
I heard that. And 13, that's crazy, bro.
That's a spirit.
That's crazy, bro. Go ahead. I get the other one over there.
The Wisdom of Solomon 12:4.
It's crazy.
Whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcraft and wicked sacrifices, and also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of man flesh, and the feast of blood.
Ooh, and who does all this? Who goes to Bohemian Grove and sacrifices children, drinks blood? As we read in the Elder Brothers book, these aristocrats that order people and get Jose sausages, all that. And you power elites. It's a well-known fact that you have all these secret meetings and seances and sacrifices. You merciless murderers of children. And hey, you set up these altars of Baal all around the country called Planned Parenthood, to where our dildo-headed women go and sacrifice their children to the image of Baal, the altars of Baal. But hey, we've got both eyes open to the systems. And that's why we're diligently out here, not bending the knee to your image and lifting up your skirts and revealing your wickedness.
That's true. gonna say something too. I'm gonna cut you off. You got most of these boneheaded niggas and Latinos and Native Americans out here. You don't believe the things that we're saying. These things are real, man. These people that are in power and got super money on top of money, they doing this shit, man. The people that came over here on the Mayflower and shit, those people were some of these sickest people that there is, man. Huh? All right. There were the people that came in on the Mayflower with Christopher Cuba, the guy Christopher Columbus. Those guys were some of the sickest, illest motherfuckers there was, man. And guess what? They had children. The children, they had children. And these different knowledge of pastimes and powers they had were passed down to them. That's why when you look at that, remember that shit, Lovecraft Country? That information is real. That shit was passed down. These different Scottish Rite Masons, Yorkshire Masons, these people are heavily into witchcraft, man. They do this shit with their eyes closed, man.
Hey, that movie, Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah. Let me go deal with the brother.
Hey, that's why it also said, just to add to the elder, it also saying, I think the prayer as a rise that they're the most hateful forsakers of our power, man. We get it. Go ahead. Yeah, they're the most hated forsaken of the Most High, man. I'm gonna get it. I got one in the back.
Yeah, one. Hey, you bring it out what the Quran says.
All right.
It's Proverbs chapter 6, verse 12. A naughty person, a wicked man walketh with a forward mouth. He winketh with his eyes. He speaketh with his feet. He teacheth with his fingers.
Hey, what's that?
Symbolism.
Doing all, standing at the right angle, doing all that shit, all those Masonic signs. Hey, the scriptures have got you Edomites and you elites caught dead to right. These scriptures psychoanalyze you Edomites and know your whole mindset. You can't escape, and you're getting the judgment from the words of these books, from the mouths of the prophets, the mouthpiece of the Most High. You got it.
God, this is the song of the 300 children. Chapter 1, verse 9. And thou didst deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies, the most hateful forsakers of our power, and to an unjust king, and the most wicked in all the world.
Which we can clearly see. This whole society does everything clean, contrary to the scriptures. Hey, one of the brothers posted a video that was beautiful, showing the garments, like how pure, clean garments, like 100% linen, has a vibration, and actually heals, and has a lot of beneficial properties, which is why that's in the law. But what's this society's clothes built off of? Mixing fabrics and lowering that vibration, making you a base, brute beast out here. Cotton and polyester.
The things that are for the good, they use for evil. That's why the Lord hate them, man. This thing's for medicinal purposes, man. They using it, to poison people, man. Yep. All right, they're taking what it is, barium, octane, and these things are good that the Lord created. They elements, man. All right, they're working the elements of the earth for the wrong, man. They're mixing shit, of course. Come on, man. Our children nose running is come on, bro. They low level. They get real low. Hey, when you put paint in them, you got it.
I'm just gonna say, hey, a pig is a righteous animal when it's used in what it needs to be used for. You don't eat the damn thing or put pork in everything.
And they make that the lowest, knowing we the poorest. So we gonna buy it by default. And we don't have knowledge. What we eat.
Listen to this. You got this whole talk now about how there's a shortage in beef, chicken and everything.
Yeah,
and how
fried chicken.
Get the fuck out of the way, you fucking loser. But, yeah. But hey, there's this new talking about, we need to make everything green and cut meat out of everything. Yeah. We need to cut out beef and chicken, but listen to what the guy said. Oh, but pork's okay. Yeah. Pork's an environmentally friendly meat. Just a complete demon out here.
And when you put paint in a children's cereal, you sad, man. You're putting pork in deodorant.
Aspartame and chewing gum.
Come on, man, what are you doing? The Lord hate. The Lord hate those. The Lord hate, and that's get them. That's who the Lord hate, man.
These are the losers that are ruling over us.
Yeah.
And that's just your average, everyday fucking loser.
Man, when you go in the casket and shock somebody or whatever just to drink their blood, man, you wicked, man. What are you doing?
Drinking blood in general.
Well, you just drinking blood in general, man. That's off. You weird. You outside of the temple. You profane, man. You gotta think about who control us. He couldn't do right if right slapped him in the face, man.
Hey, in the land of the upright, will he not do rightly? As it says in Isaiah 26.
He's not gonna do right. Can he that accustomed to doing evil do good? He can't do it.
Can a leper change
Change
his
his
spots?
spots? Yeah. Well, he can't do it. All right, he gotta do wickedness. He gotta plague you in some kind of way. All right, he gotta some kind of way diminish you or demolish you in some kind of way, man.
Who can make that straight, which the Most High has made crooked? It says this man was estranged from the womb. You came from the womb being a beast, the wicked, a demon, a devil, and all that. That's your spirit, and there's nothing you can do to change it. And hey, you're going to get the just desserts for it, going into slavery and getting destroyed.
Eradicated.
It says, and now we cannot open our mouths. We are become a shame and reproach to thy servants and to them that worship thee. That what you talking about? That one? Yeah, man. Hey, it says, yet deliver us up, not up wholly for the name's sake, neither dissolve thou thy covenant. Because our houses was given over to strangers in office, as it speak about in Lamentations 5, man. Servants rule over us. They sell us our wood and water for money, man. You're selling the things in the earth that's resources and for free for money. This fucking devil gotta come down, man. Go ahead,
Shit, they're talking about the carbon emissions.
tax.
People breathing too much. They want to put a price tag on how much you can breathe, how much you can walk. This man, as it says in Thessalonians, he wants to sit in the seat of the Most High and show himself as the Most High. He wants to be omnipotent and omnipresent, categorizing and cataloging and observing every bit of your life. This dude is a megalomaniacal madman. We've got a psychopathic, cross-dressing sodomite ruling over us.
He's gonna be counting the strokes with your woman all day. You've exceeded your limit for the month. Just to back up what you were saying, this Sirach chapter 39, and I'm gonna start at verse 25. For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for the sinner.
So why would you transmit COVID through sex? Why? Salaki. The C pill. I mean, man, I done said it, man. But why would you transmit the C virus, all right, through the T virus? I can't even get it right, bro.
That's witchcraft. That's witchcraft and wickedness too. You can't even say the word. He wants to categorize what you say.
Yeah, you won't. They say you can't even have intercourse. You can't even, you know what I mean? You gotta have a mask on.
They said,
wicked, bro.
If you want to kiss your woman, have a shower curtain in between, and y'all can kiss her.
Come on, man. You wildin', man. Yo, what is this?
Canned air, huh?
Canned air. Air is free.
I just remembered they had a movie.
They selling you lights. They selling you lights, huh?
Yeah.
They had a movie in the 80s.
man.
It was a comedy movie. It was called Spaceballs. And in that movie, the bad guys, what they did is they controlled the air supply. Like their planet didn't have air, so they had to steal air from other countries and put it in a can. And he'd take he'd have like a can of Coca-Cola, but he'd do this, open it.
They put a giant vacuum up to the
they put a
ozone
vacuum
layer.
to the ozone layer and suck the air off the planet. And the thing they did, it looked like a big Statue of Liberty with the vacuum. They called Mega Man.
It says, the principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire,
They charge for fire.
water,
Go ahead. They charge for water. Go
Iron.
Iron. They charge for iron.
and salt,
And salt. They charge you for that.
flour of wheat,
Flour and wheat.
honey,
Honey.
milk,
Milk.
and the blood of the grape,
And the blood of the grape and wine. They charge you for everything.
and
Oil.
oil,
And it's oil.
and oil.
And it says the principal thing, meaning it's the head thing that a man live. So the Lord freely gave us that. If I'm not mistaken, you can grow.
Yeah.
You can grow.
You have your own
nutrients
land.
and coming up the ground. Your oil, you got. I mean, your wine, you got
Honey.
everything. Honey. All
Water.
right? All these things coming up the earth, man. Bread coming up the earth. Right?
It says, all these things,
Charges for bread.
all these things are for good to the godly,
Yeah.
so to the sinners they are turned into evil.
See? And that's why you can't get ahead, Jake. And you gonna say you ain't a servant. You gonna say you not a slave.
I got 2 jobs.
I got 2 jobs. How you free? All right? You free where? With what?
In his own mind, in his own wicked mind.
Bro, you can finish paying for something over here and still have to pay taxes on it.
Yep.
And then you'll lose it if you don't pay the taxes. You can pay for a house $2 million, right? And every year you gotta pay a property tax on it. If you miss one property tax, they can confiscate your house that you paid $2 million for.
Yep.
Hey, go to an open field and build a house. Just go do that. You ain't free.
These people charge you for land, dirt, to walk on, to sleep and live on. This is free.
They charge you to park.
They charge you for
Parking
trees.
meters.
They charge you for trees. Trees is free to breathe. They charge the fella. He cut down trees, man. And charge you for what? Come on, man.
Shit,
This-
even the
stop,
trees
bro.
need a beer out here. That's how
Yeah.
wicked this man is.
This gotta go, bro.
Hey, you have one? I know you got one. You keep looking at something. You got your eyeballs popping out of your head looking at something. Right there. Somebody give me Proverbs 29 verse 2 real quick. You can give me that. Give me Proverbs 29 verse 2. As the brother was bringing out in that Sirach 39, all these things are good to the godly, but to the sinner, they're for wickedness. You got it.
It's Proverbs 29 verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Those that use the things of this earth in the right way. Because best believe in the kingdom, hey, we're going to have our trades. We're going to have our trades on spices and ores and all that. The people are going to be able to live in their lands and grow their own food. We're not going to just walk with the magnifying, hey, you grew too much. None of that. We're not going to, all this shit you see going on right now is not going to happen.
But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
We can clearly see the people are mourning. You got suicide rates at an all-time high, drug addiction, alcohol addiction. You got men thinking they're women, grown-ass men thinking they're 12-year-old girls. You got women just completely bugged out, getting fake beards in Atlanta.
Yeah, I saw that.
People drinking Coca-Cola, drinking a can of Coca-Cola after they get through pouring it on a battery to get and watch it fizzle and melt the shit off the battery.
Why don't you put that in your body? This the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 5, verse 9. Moreover, the profit of the earth is for all. The king himself is served by the field. Yeah, so everything that the Heavenly Father made from the earth, that's the profit for all, man. It's for everybody. It's not to be hoarded by one person or one family off in the side somewhere. That's madness, man. The Lord created the water, created the elements, the gold, the silver, everything, the animals. These are for the use, as we read in Sirach, that's for the use of the godly. But this devil, he hoards everything and then he manipulates the value of it. So everybody's living in poverty, even though they're working full time. People got 2 jobs, they can't afford to get by. That's madness, man.
Hey, and what it also saying, just be fruitful and multiply. What's this dude trying to cut off? Population control.
Yeah.
Well, you can only have this amount of kids. You can't even have kids at all. Hey, go get in the metaverse. Go in a virtual reality system and have a whole family. But when you wake up, you're gonna be by yourself with a box of tissues by your floor.
This is 2. I got 2 real quick. This Job 28:5. As for the earth, out of it cometh bread. That's plain, man.
It says the earth was made for everybody's profit.
Yeah, it's for everybody's profit, man. So out of the earth, out of it coming bread, and we know bread, that symbolically speaking, it ain't just it ain't just bread. You eat regular bread, man. All right, out of the earth coming bread, man. All right, the nutrients are things we need to grow and sustain us for food.
The bread
to
of
grow.
bread of life, so to speak.
The bread of
Everything
life.
come out of the earth, and people able people supposed to be able to. Hey, I
nourishment.
set up in my allotted land, my country. I can go here, take this part of land, build a house, have a family.
Substances.
Yeah.
From bread comes substances, man. It's a complete amount of substances, you see? Real quick, this Proverbs 20:8. A king that sitteth in a throne of judgment scattereth away all evil with his eyes, man.
a righteous king.
Yes.
A righteous king
And
that
it's
sitteth
pride.
in the throne of judgment, scattereth all wickedness with his eyes.
Yeah.
Hey, because we're gonna
Righteous.
rule this planet under the laws, statutes, and commandments, and all this wickedness. When we got that power in that day, and they know that you got that power, as it says, literally just be able to look at somebody and they're gonna get straight. And if they don't want to get straight, they're gonna get that Zechariah 14 treatment, where we're gonna send famines and plagues on your land. Yeah,
It's Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, he separated the sons of Adam. So every nation is supposed to have their own inheritance, man. You're supposed to be able to pass down your land. Yeah. And the land has its own sustenance, man. You can pass this down to your sons. Your son could grow a farm on it. All right. You have another son, you build a house on the land. That's for all nations. If this man comes through, as the scripture says, he renames the lands after his own name.
His flag.
Yeah.
Hey,
Put a flag here, put a border there, like.
in the kingdom, we're gonna rule over this whole planet, but these nations are gonna go back to where they were meant to dwell. And they're gonna go there and dwell there. We're not just gonna go in there and kick them out and plant flags and change their name. Hey, a Moabite's gonna be a Moabite living in the land of Moab. Living in my kingdom, but you're gonna have Ishmael over here smelling like a dirty onion. You're gonna have Israel in their land. Everything gonna be in its right order. The only people that are not gonna get a land is Esau. Esau land going to Judah after they get wiped off the face of the earth.
I got that. That's Isaiah 14 and 18. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch.
And we know that when you're not in the way of in the congregation of life, in the way of understanding, you're the dead. So what that grave is talking about, is rest. So that the dead will be at rest in that day. And they're gonna have the law. They're gonna be taught the law, statutes, and commandments, and be able to go into their lands and be at rest in their grave. But as I said, for you Edomites, you're gonna be cast out of your grave as an abominable branch. Look at these horror movies out here where, like, when somebody's bones haven't been buried in the right place, that land is cursed, and until you put the bones back into the land is still going to be cursed. As it says, you Edomites are going to be cast out of your grave, so you're just going to be a walking, talking curse, not to find rest. You're going into 1,000 years of hardcore bondage and slavery, and then you're going to be put out of your misery after that 1,000 years by that Basra bonfire.
That's it. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with the sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned.
The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned, as it says in Psalms 9. Even the memorial of the wicked is going to be cut off. And once you Edomites are taken out of in slavery, you're going to be known as the Edomites, but you're going to be nobody of renown. That's an Edomite. That's a slave. Is this? Yeah, exactly. We got to go all the way through that Isaiah 14 because that's got a lot of meat in it. But actually, we could jump up to verse 5 and we'll read down to there. But hey, you're going to be an Edomite in the kingdom, a red devil. Everybody's going to be getting a piece of you. And then, hey, after that 1,000 years, you're going to be like a dream that everybody woke up from. In order to know about the Edomites, you're going to have to open the vault, walk downstairs, you get the scroll, blow the dust off of it.
Microfiche.
Yeah. Oh, that was Esau. That was the basest of men. That I wouldn't even let him be around my dogs because he was that wicked. You know what's going to happen afterwards? Roll it back up. I'm going to go drink some wine with the brothers and forget about you again.
I have to explain to our grandchildren what an Edomite is.
Was that a cloth?
What's wrong with his face? Why does his skin look like that?
What are those?
What are those? What are those? Is that leprosy? It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 5. Yahweh have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers.
We know who that wicked is. I read the Malachi 1 verse 4. The border of wickedness, the Edomites. And what was your blessing? The fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven. So it can be said that you've set your borders all across the world. So this world is engulfed in wickedness, which we can clearly see. That's why the nature's fighting against you. These people are starting to wake up and fight against you. And the The spirit's definitely fighting against you, etc., etc. But as it says, Yahweh had broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers and taken you out of power. And beginning on the spiritual right now with us bringing our case against you, the spiritual judgment saying you're the Edomites, going to be taken out of power and go into slavery. And then when Yahushua makes his second coming, that's when the spiritual verdict is going to become the physical verdict. Those missiles are going to be shot to the ends of the earth, and those that survive, hey, you're going to get rounded up and go into slavery. And after that 1,000 years, it's going to be all she wrote.
He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger.
Ruled the nations in anger with GMOs, chemtrails in the sky, pouring pollution into the ocean, cell phone and Wi-Fi radiation, pushing out the alphabet agenda beginning with LG, getting rid of monarchs and kings for democracy, capitalism, socialism, feminism, all that. Dropping atomic bombs on people, starting world wars, going to different countries and overthrowing their sovereign rulers to set up puppets, and then bringing strip clubs and casinos and McDonald's. What's it say?
Styrofoam.
Styrofoam. Hey, Jake went from drinking gold cups to styrofoam cups. drinking syrup.
That was a great fall, bro.
Yeah.
Mad Dog, man, if you drinking Mad Dog 2020.
Drinking that
It says, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hinder it.
Is persecuted and none hinder it. You're going to be getting persecuted in the kingdom, and nobody's going to stop you. For one, they know not to go against us because we're going to kick their shit in. But even though they're going to be being in slavery, they're going to be seeing the kingdom get built up and see the laws, statutes, and commandments get established. They're literally going to see the world go from this concrete madness to start to transition over that 1,000 years back to the Garden of Eden. And they're going to see, as it says in Deuteronomy 6, this must be a wise and great people. And they're not going to hinder it. And hey, we were talking about this up in North Carolina once with the brothers. And these other heathens are going to get a piece of you in the kingdom because they're going to realize, man, we're getting our asses beat because this dude tricked us into treating these people as niggers, spicks, losers, tontos, and all that, and beating them. So what are they going to do?
Take it out on him.
Esau's going to be walking around grunting. He just got off the job. He's going back to his hut as the sun's going down, and Ishmaelite's going to come with like a leather whip and hit you right behind your knees, and they're just going to jump you.
All these nations are going to get a piece of Esau.
Let his woman get all of on you too.
They say, I don't want a piece. I want the whole thing.
Oh, I thought this was a photo shoot. Yeah, cool. Oh, it is a photo shoot.
What do you say?
It times a photo.
Photo shoot.
Man, if your knees bend inwards like that, you finish.
Your shorts come above your knees, you finish.
You look like a salamander with age. You finish.
Verse 7, back in Isaiah 14. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing.
Hey, because the righteous are going to be in authority, ruling this planet under the law, statutes, and commandments. Everything's going to start going back to peace. You're going to have clean air, clean water. The land's going to be clean. The animals aren't going to be getting experimented on or hunted to extinction. And you're going to have the family structure back in order. You're going to have the father at the head, the wife and the children in subjection. Everything going to be perfect. Yeah.
Oh, you finished it?
We're gonna go. Actually, get yours real quick. We'll go back to it.
This Proverbs 20 and 30, it says the blueness of a wound cleanses away evil. The blueness is the blow or the striping, all right? Or, the way that you beat it in, man, all right? And we're going to be beating their heads in. I'll whip your head, boy. You know what I'm saying? And the key, yeah, we're going to whip their head, boy, all right? The blueness of the wound, that's the blow of the wound. How deep it's going to be, how painful it's going to be, all right? And it says, so do stripes the inward parts of the belly. Because when, like you said, when we beat these devils, it's going to touch their spirits, man. All right? So the inward parts of their belly, they're going to feel them stripes in their spirit, man. You see how when we was poor and they did us what they did us, we felt that in the spirit, man. We didn't just feel it through the flesh, we felt it through the spirit too. You gotta think about the way they our children servitude, man. That's spiritual there. That start to get the inner parts of a man's spirit, man. That mess with your spirit. That should plague your mind, man. You see?
Your family torn apart.
Your family torn apart.
Children shipped over to this
The
plantation.
wives, rabbits. How you take a man wife in front of his eyes and take her as, you know, and take her, man? You see? So the stripes gonna be in the inward parts. It's gonna reach to their souls, man. Just like they reached our souls over here. You gotta want that, man. That come with dominion. You gotta put that. We gonna put we gonna put a righteous foot in their ass, man. And they wicked. No, we gonna break our foot in their ass, man.
You gotta turn it sideways.
That's right. Crooked. What you got?
I got one. This Psalms 82 and verse 3. It says, defend the poor and the fatherless, do justice to the afflicted and needy, deliver the poor and needy, rid them out of the hand of the wicked.
Yeah.
They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
That's right. Hey, what it saying on Psalms that we gonna what? Dance in the blood of
our
the
enemies.
Yeah, of our enemies, man. So you know we gonna be getting our hands dirty too, man. We gonna be ruling with scepters. You know what scepters are for? That's a rod of iron. So the Lord, let's picture this for a moment. The Lord gonna give us a rod of iron just so it can look good by our throne. Come on, it's a purpose behind whatever the Lord gave you. Whatever we got in the kingdom, there's a purpose behind that. Whether it's for women, it's to procreate, right? A scepter for rulership, dominion for the what? Rule over our servants. Come on, man. Everything we gonna have is for a purpose, man. It's not just for nothing.
And was the same Psalms 137? Happy shall he be that dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Hey, it's gonna get nasty in the kingdom. You did all this horrific stuff to our children. You fed them to alligators. You buried little Judite kids up to their head and see who could kick that kid's head off. You played hit the trigger, dunk a nigger, hit the nigger baby, where you put a little Judite girl's, and this is back in like the 40s to the 60s, you put a little Judite girl's face in a target, and Edomites would throw baseballs at her face to see who could make her cry. You think you're just gonna get away with that? No, it said we're gonna meditate tears. We're gonna make what you did to us look like Sesame Street, and you know what? We're gonna laugh while we're doing it. And you Edomites Edomites that may be watching, you better get ready, because there ain't no peace coming towards you in the kingdom, of course. Because I know y'all like to misconstrue our words. There ain't gonna be an ounce of mercy and not a tear shed for you Edomites in the kingdom, from the old to the young, to the women, to the children. Everybody's about to get a piece of the kingdom.
Back in Isaiah 14, verse 8. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller has come up against us.
The spirit of nature is literally going to rejoice when you're going to be out of power, because you ain't going to be going and cutting down the fir trees, the pine trees for Christmas. You ain't going to be just having a show called Axemen, or you see who can cut down the most trees. You ain't going to be wasting trees on toilet paper, tabloid magazines. You ain't going to be strip mining the land for its resources. You ain't going to be polluting the ocean, doing any of this madness. The spirit of nature is literally going to rejoice at your downfall. And hey, the trees rejoicing also goes into the people rejoicing as well, because you're going to be out of power. Not afflicting them at, hey, breaking up families, turning women against the men, turning children into sodomites and lesbians and whores. Not going to be doing any of this.
It tells you in Romans, the whole creature groaneth, the manifestation of the sons of the Most High. Nature, creation in general, man, is going to rejoice when you Edomites are taken out of power.
Yeah, see all the creatures, right? And then that,
Come on.
Thanks, y'all.
Sorry, guys.
creature grown.
That's creation. Because the creature, Israel is a creature, but also creation in general.
Yeah.
It says, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
You know what that hell goes into? The grave. And the grave is getting ready to open to swallow down your rulership. Your rulership going down and becoming another bit of the dustbin of history, like these past rulerships. But hey, they at least, you Edomites aren't even gonna get a footnote in history.
It was Esau.
Here was the devil, and that's it.
Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. All they that speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Question mark. Art thou become like unto us?
And we're seeing the beginning stages of it right now with these other heathens starting to fuck up the Esau. Hey, as it says in Joel chapter 3, let the weak say I am strong. And these other nations got nukes now. These other nations see you're a morally degraded country. So whenever America tries to preach democracy or human rights, they're gonna turn around and say, well, look what you did to these niggers. Look what you did in Iraq. Look what you did in Afghanistan. You've got no reason to be preaching or lecturing to us about human rights or equality, because you're a hypocritical piece of shit.
You're not the moral authority of the earth, Esau. You're the devil.
God.
And everyone's figuring that out. You got these leaders in Iran and different countries. They're just coming out publicly like, look, you're clearly the devil. You're not telling us anything about how we run our country. Are you gonna go to somebody else's country and tell them how to rule their women when the women here are all on antidepressants? They're all whores on antidepressants. What can you tell anybody about what they need to do with their women and children? It says,
and in the kingdom they're gonna be saying that because they'll be looking at you as what you are, a piece of shit. You're gonna be grunting, hairy, just a loser. The rightful place of being a loser is like, is this the man? Or thou become as weak as us? We're all getting our asses kicked.
Hey, they gonna look the lowest they ever look in our kingdom. Ain't our statues this the worst statue we can be? Get a good look at us, E. And we know you looking, all right? We know you watching. Especially the men, we know who they really watching. You're looking at the work. This is the worst possible you have ever witnessed the children of Israel, man. This is it. This the lowest statue you going to Esdras. They tell you about this is the weakest, we have ever lived, the smallest, all right? The most broken we ever been. This is it right here. Get a good look. Because in the kingdom of heaven, you're going to be 10 times worse than this, man. All right? This is our lowest estate that we can possibly go. This is it. But in the kingdom of heaven, you're going to be lower than when y'all was in the Caucasus Mountains. You're going to be lower than that. You're going to be violent than the earth, man. Yeah, you got it, bro.
They're going to lose
dog
their
level.
again.
They're going to be on dog time.
Yeah. It tells you in
Worse
Job,
than that.
It tells you in Job they used to pray instead of talking. It's going to come back to that because in the kingdom of heaven, nobody's going to be speaking English.
Yeah.
You're not going to learn Hebrew, so what are you going to be speaking?
Yeah, what you going to do?
You're not going to have a language in the kingdom. You're just going to be like, beat the shit out of you, man.
Yeah, when you hit a dog. Wham, wham, wham. Jake, Jake, we're going to be in the kingdom, man. Jake gonna be hitting you Edomites so hard, sweat's gonna be coming off his brow.
Yeah, the way we gonna teach them is beat them. That's what we gonna sit down and teach our Israelite, I'm saying when they come back through the loins, whatever, I'm not saying that they should know the Lord, but as they grow up, your 2/3 or whatever, they gotta relearn. They got righteousness and they have to relearn.
Wiping the baby's ass, something like that.
Right. But the way that we're going to teach them, we're going to beat them.
Each one teach one.
Each one teach one. Beat one, teach one. This is simple, man.
It reminds me of a movie called
Ain't that hard?
Called I don't know how much we'll just say it's a movie dealing with the historical period where one group of people are getting oppressed by another group of people, and like you got two we'll call them Deutschlanders. They were walking on the side. They were walking on the sidewalk, and a 1948er would walk next to them.
Get that. You ain't gonna see that in the kingdom. That's crazy. The Lord bring that up. See that? That's a Jake with a Edom.
Jake and
You ain't
Edom.
gonna see that in the kingdom.
Ever.
Ever.
This is my Edomite friend. He one of the good ones.
No. Jake is not gonna be friends with Eve. He never was. According to the scriptures, there was two man of people. They were fighting in the womb. That means it was never meant to what? Be together.
How much I said? What?
Even in the kingdom of heaven.
A great golf
A
fix.
golf fix. It's a golf fix. It's a great golf fix. Yep, what you got there?
Kind of. But in this movie, you had two. Oh, you good? You had two Deutschlanders walking on the sidewalk, and a 1948er walked by, and they stopped and looked at him, and he's like, "Come here." And the guy walks there, and he asks him, "Why didn't you bow to him?" And he's like, "He bowed," and the dude still slapped him in the face. And the dude, and like when the dude bowed to him, he slapped him in the face. He slapped him in the face. And then the guy got slapped in the face, and then he started walking on the sidewalk. He's like, "No, go walk in the gutter." And the guy went and walked in. Hey, if an Edomite walks by us and doesn't bow in the king, well, you're already gonna be walking like this, at least by me. If you don't bow lower, hey, we're gonna kick you in the face, and then make you go walk in the gutter.
You're not gonna make eye contact with us. You're not gonna. Your children are not gonna play with our children. That coon Michael King, his so-called dream, that's not gonna exist.
I'm about to mute that, bro.
In the code.
We valid. We valid.
Madness.
It's a 2/3 vehicle.
What you saying, why? Oh yeah. It said we're gonna meditate terrors in the man. I'm thinking about in the kingdom having a device on Esau's neck so he can't even lift up his head, like a metal plate, and he just so he walks around
A
like,
millstone.
He gonna be like that anyways. All frail and feeble.
Going back
That
to
broken.
Stats.
Especially them old Edomites. Y'all know when they going to slavery, we bind their kids. They already old. All of them old. You think we gonna change their estate the way they all strong? No, you gonna have to work old like that, man.
we are gonna change the estate from being in rulership to being slaves.
Yeah, that. But as far as they physical estate, no, we gonna make them worse. Hey, you gonna be old and cold. Go ahead,
You
Quick one.
Oh, somebody.
then you got it.
Sirach 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in
That's
my
it.
heart to be
That's it.
happy.
That's
And the
it.
10th I will utter with my tongue.
Yep.
A man that had joy of his children, and he that lived to see the fall of his
Hey,
enemy.
break it down, huh?
Hey man, so looking at your children, that's a lovely, beautiful thing to watch. But also something that's gonna also be beautiful to watch too is to see fucking Esau fall and us rule over his bitch ass.
That's
Kind in that order.
Well said, huh?
It's Proverbs 14, verse 19. The evil bow before the good, and the wicked at the gates of the righteous.
Kind. So that was 14 and 19. Read it again, huh?
It's Proverbs 14, verse 19. The evil bow before the good, and the wicked at the gates of the righteous.
And the evil bow before the good, and the wicked before the gates of the righteous. Was it further saying, Isaiah 60, and those that afflicted, the sons of them that afflicted thee shall come bowing down to you and reverencing you as the son of the living power. It says in Isaiah 50 that their kings and their queens shall be thy nursing fathers and nursing mothers, and they shall lick the dust of thy
About to
feet.
get that. I was about to.
And
Your
shit, let's
face
get
gotta get to the earth, man. Your face gotta get to the earth. I'm gonna take half my kingdom. Get your face to the earth
149. Give me
and
Psalm
hold it there
149.
till times get better. But the thing of for Eve and the kingdom, times ain't never
gonna
getting
get
better
better.
for y'all. It's
Kind.
worse and worse and worse, and then in the end you getting burnt
Just
out of
waxing
here.
worse.
So yeah, I'm gonna tell him, hey, you gotta do that. The times get better. Well, Lord, sir, masters, when times will get better? What's coming? At the end of this, it's gonna get better. Hey,
Yeah, you got a
I'm
lot
gonna
of-
sell them a dream.
Yeah, you gonna sell
What
them
they
a
did
dream
our
like they did
people?
us.
Sold
Yeah.
us dreams, man.
Yeah.
Right? Dreams lift up fools. Give them a dream, it's gonna lift them up.
Yeah.
You're a fool anyways. It said that in Job 30. You got it.
Shit, I ain't selling. Man, hey, I ain't. You know how like
Tell them, give them one.
you get a last meal before you. I ain't giving them. You
Yeah.
getting slop from the beginning.
Yeah.
Getting slop
Slop
from
to
the
the end.
to the end.
Yeah.
No, things are getting. I'm just gonna beat with each passing day. I'm beating you harder.
He tell you before you give you the lethal injection or the electric shock, I don't even know if they still do it.
They
What
bring
do you
it
say?
back.
They say, well, look, what's your last meal? And that's mercy. You ain't getting that in there, man. Before we burn them on that 4th day, we're not gonna ask them, well, what is your favorite juniper root? No, man. You don't get that.
Shit,
You don't get that luxury. You lost that, man.
Shit, we're gonna give you gall to drink. That's your last meal.
What is your favorite?
I don't have a favorite meal. You catch
You
an
don't have
Edomite,
nothing favorite.
you catch an Edomite eating real food, you will.
Yeah,
I gave you that.
on the rim. Who gave you that?
Kill him, man.
You stole it.
You stole it.
If he got real food, he stole it. And if you stole it, the kingdom. Nah. Yeah, we gonna set you up for that.
Hey,
We gonna have
I
the
was
food
just
sitting
gonna say,
right there like
set
on a
him
life.
up.
Yeah,
Take it out the pot, put it in his mind and come get it.
I was
And
just
let him
thinking
steal
about
it and
that.
let him think he getting away with it.
How
Nobody
about the turn
around.
of Jacob's
Miles,
only pie
Jake just
to
pop
Edom
up.
pie?
Shit, Ham. Esau gonna. And Hammy, what you doing with that drumstick, boy?
Let him eat it. You know, let him get it. Let him eat it. And we
I
gonna
ain't
tell
letting
him
him eat it.
Look,
He
we
gonna
gonna
get big before he gets a bite.
We gonna play with him. We got
Yeah.
we got wide. Come on, we
Put illusion on
we
him. He
Israel.
gonna think he eating it.
We gonna go telekinetic. What is telekinesis? And we gonna see through his stomach and see the food in his stomach. Like, hey, y'all saw what happened to that over there. Oh yeah, my Lord, I don't know. Open it up, show him that through his lens. It's like he saw in my stomach. Yeah.
You can just poison it.
Yeah, we just poison it in his stomach.
Just tiny broken glass.
Oh yeah.
Food start coming out of his mouth, start shaking.
Ain't a whole tree growing his stomach, dude.
No.
Shit, he eats it.
He don't know we did it too.
We're just gonna torture you Edomites
You're
every
really
day.
big
Man.
trouble. Yeah,
that's
that's
gonna be the pastime in the kingdom.
Yeah. We're gonna find a way. We're gonna create to meditate. Is really sit in it and really think about it. Just like he meditate wickedness on this side. We're gonna meditate on the things we're gonna do.
Right.
We're gonna create things in our minds to antagonize them, to constantly just something just picking at you, just steady messing with you for nothing. Like, yes, we're gonna do that. Yeah, we're gonna be petty in the kingdom. They gonna say, oh, he petty, he messed with me forever. You fucking right. You should have messed with us, man. Then we're gonna tell him you should have messed with us more when you had the opportunity.
He petty, man.
He petty.
He'll put a traffic stop.
Yeah.
He'll put a stoplight right before the traffic stop, then just pop up. Like,
Yeah,
why-
pop up.
That's petty as hell, man.
And they tell you when you in the courts that you gotta pay us $200, and he know your light bill is $200 too. But it's like if you don't pay this, it's like I'm gonna have a warrant out for my arrest. So now you gotta get extension on a light bill. Your license, just come on, man. That's what he do.
This man petty.
With
Well,
the free
you know if you
electricity
don't
that
pay,
we paying
you
for.
gonna have a warrant out. Not Jake riding around ducking shit. Yeah, come on, man. No.
Yeah. You got the Isaiah 6 time. It's Isaiah chapter 60, verse 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet.
There we go.
They shall call thee the city of Yahweh,
Yeah.
Zion, of the Holy One of Israel.
And you're gonna bow and you're gonna reverence us. This is saying, this is Yasharala. This is the princes of the power.
Right.
You're gonna give us all our titles and honors and all that. And you know what? And we're still gonna hit you. Still gonna beat you. Hey, kneel down. Yeah, that. And then we're gonna go back to the bedchambers and give that black snake moan to a Shedamite concubine.
Put her to death.
Yeah, in that old baby chain. They got baby chains in there.
Yeah. Baby chains in.
Hey, and this captivity is gonna start with you Rothschilds, you Rockefellers,
Sir.
you Prince Charles's, Queen Elizabeth, if her old ass drinks enough adrenochrome to make it till then. Bill Gates, if he makes it. Elon Musk, all you assholes out here, you presidents, you prime ministers, you sheiks, anybody that survives the nuclear destruction and those that fly into the sky. It says in Amos chapter 9, though they climb up. Get it? I don't want to paraphrase.
Hey, they the first fruits. They the first fruits of slavery, man. Hey, they the first fruits of slavery.
Hey, when we went down, who did they get first? The kings and the nobles and all this.
Yeah, they're the first fruits of slavery. Congratulations, they played this show.
Oh no, not me.
They like to call themselves the elites, right? Well, y'all the elites of slavery.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
perfect,
yeah,
man.
top of the line slaves.
Y'all top of the line slaves, man.
Elites of slavery.
Yeah, the elites of slavery. Man.
God save the queen, not me.
Good job, man.
The book of Amos.
In Hebrew. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yourself in Hebrew. Yeah.
That's when it's going to start, because we're going to come down out of the chariot speaking Hebrew.
Of
We're not going
course.
to come out the chariot saying, hey, how you guys doing?
We getting that
You ready to go into slavery?
We getting that period of time, buddy.
And was it saying Ecclesiasticus, the prologue, things that are said Hebrew have more force. So
Yeah.
Jake gonna have that deep voice again, just the beard. Jake gonna be like looking, he might come up to like there to you, just looking down on.
Yeah. Hey, it tells you in Deuteronomy 30:7 that all of our curses are going to be poured onto them. Now, what was one of our curses? We'd have an enemy that with a foreign tongue that we wouldn't understand come and grab us up. So that's going to happen to you, man. Y'all not going to understand the pure Hebrew when we come for you, man. They're just going to be, what the fuck? Just a bunch of giant so-called black men with beards just speaking Hebrew in a deep, godly voice. They would be terrified, man. They terrified now. We're in our lowest estate. They walk across the... Oh, it's Jamal. Let me pull this one. They don't want any parts of Jake now. So how much more are we in our power?
Oh yeah. Jake gonna have those white eyes with steam coming out.
Electricity in the afro, man. This is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 2. Though they dig into hell, then
Start verse 1 on.
Go on.
Verse 3 Bible show.
Amos chapter 9, verse 1. I saw the Lord standing upon the altar, and he said, smite the lintel of the door, that the post may shake, and cut them in the head, all of them, and I will slay the last of them with the sword. He that fleeth of them shall not flee away, and he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered.
And he that fleeth shall not flee away, and he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. This is the time when those 144,000 fishers become those 144,000 Superman hunters. And going to as it's about to go into in the next verses, every place you higher ups flee to, and you're not going to be able to flee or escape. And you're going to be the first fruits, the top of the line, the elites of slavery in the kingdom.
Verse 2. Though they dig into hell, then shall mine hand take them.
And that hell is again going into Sheol, the grave, these domes, these deep underground military bases, these underground bunkers, luxury bunkers you got all across the planet. Jake gonna be like what was that game, that Nintendo game, Dig Dug or
I know what you're talking about, the dig the hole.
yeah, Digger or something like that. Jake gonna be able to do some shit to where he's gonna be able to spin real fast and just spin into the go straight to wherever your bunker is and kick that bitch open and come in there like bro man.
Like bro man. Shit, what are y'all doing in here? Nice. Just chilling. Though they dig into hell, then shall my hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down.
Heaven, the second heaven, a little bit of the second heaven. Yeah.
Dig Dug.
Dig Dug. She ain't getting Dig Dug. But that second heaven, that low orbit space where you got all those space stations you've been talking about with SpaceX, Blue Moon, with Jeff Bezos, all these luxury space cruise liners you've been talking about. Hey, we're gonna fly up to heaven and come and take you out of there. You're gonna be playing. You can't play basketball. You can't do anything right. You're gonna be playing zero gravity badminton or something, and you're just gonna look through that porthole into space and just see Jake with his arms crossed, just standing out there looking at you.
You know what it is? They don't know what it is. They don't know what time it is. Verse 3.
Hey, it's gonna be. It reminds me of this movie called Machete, with that dude Danny Trejo in it. He was like an assassin in that movie, and he went onto like this dude's compound and was attacking people. And when he got to kill the last guy dropped his gun. It's like, I give up. I don't want anything. That's all you can do is give up in that day.
says, and though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out.
And Carmel's going into a mountain. So your mountain bases that you're hiding in, as it says in Revelation chapter 6, hey, they shall hide in the clefts of the rock and all that, and hope that the mountains fall upon them. Hey, we're going to go into your mountain bases as well.
It says, and though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them.
Hey, going to your undersea bases, your luxury submarines, and getting you. And also, what does it say? The serpent shall bite you. So even Leviathan's going to get in on that work in that day as well. So it's just going to be hell to tell the captain on every level for you.
What's up, my man? Hey, man, ready to perish, man.
Gotta hold on.
Hey, guys. Man, you see that? Man, if you gotta live, why you even want to live? Like, bro, we young like this and no one. We ready to check out, and we brothers in their youth. You know, and the strongest they gonna at least be at the age. Some of this man. He looked at they ain't walking.
That's how they gonna walk into slavery.
But they gonna have chains. You gonna see their whole soul through their flesh, bro. Like, goddamn. He through before he start his first day of work. He gonna already be through, bro. Before he start his first day, he gonna be already like it's gonna be like he worked. You know when Jake be retired when he be 70, 80, he finished? He gonna be like that on his first day of working. His first day.
That's the first time he worked.
Yeah, that's the first time he gonna be to work. You gotta think about it. Elise ain't never worked. They was born into royalty. None of them never worked. He don't miss this. And they gonna have the hardest jobs. Yeah. They gonna have all of them gonna have hard jobs, but you know we gonna definitely see to it that they have the hardest tags in Buddhism.
Some of their first jobs, as it says in Ezekiel 39, they're going to be in the valley of Haman Gog. After that great battle, they're going to be going and picking up the bones and leaving the markers. It's like there's a dead body here, doing all that.
Continual employment.
There will be no unemployment in the kingdom of heaven. There'll be job security. Watch your legs over there.
Verse 13, behold, the days come, said Yahweh, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes him that soweth seed, and the mountain shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt.
God, hey, behold, the days shall come, say Yahweh, those days are coming. We just gotta stop it.
True, bro. Yeah, good.
He look like a Lego.
Lego for real, but he just look like something Lord just do. Just go
Like Rod Stewart.
on the earth.
He looked like Jay Leno and David Letterman's love child. Through, as it said, hey, the reaper, the plowman, and the reaper, and the treaders of grapes. Hey, the workers in society, hey, the lowest of low right now. You're looking at the plowman and the reapers and the treaders shall overtake Slaki. The plowman, behold, the days come, say,
It's Amos chapter 9, verse 13. Behold, the days come, said Yahweh, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes him that soweth seed.
And pretty much, hey, those that are on the bottom of society overtaking those at the top, reaping the benefits, the fruits of the labors of those. Hey, Edomites and you other heathen nations, but it's going to begin with you elites. Hey, those rich men with that cankered gold and silver, as it says in James chapter 5. And all your riches are going to be a witness against you. Because all you got all those riches by deceit, lying, murder, rape, and robbery, and we're going to come and get back what's ours, and rightfully so. Actually, give me Psalms 149. You can start at verse 4 and read down to the bottom. Bible Kishon.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 149, verse 4. For Yahweh will take pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation.
Hey, and those that are going to be first to be beautified with salvation is that elect, the 144,000 and the rest of the righteous 1/3. Hey, that's why we're diligently out here sighing and crying, as we brought out in the pre-camp with that Ezekiel 9:4. Place that mark, or that dawah, on the foreheads of them that sign, that cry. And this is all what these labors are working towards, being the first fruits, that elect number in the kingdom of heaven. Those that'll get the pleasure, being the first ones to get their hands on you heathens, and beginning with you elites. As it's going to go in later, this pleasure hath all his saints.
Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds.
Hey, when you're singing aloud upon your bed, that means the kingdom, you'll be at peace. You're going to wake up, stretch in the kingdom. The birds are going to be singing. The sun's going to come through the window. It's going to be, the kingdom's going to be an eternal vacation. You're going to be on vacation for eternity. At peace, everything's going to go right. We're going to have the law, statutes, and commandments in us, so we're no longer going to be able to go off and sin, and we're going to get a double portion of the blessings, like our enemies are going to get a double portion of the curses. And what does it say in I think it's still in I know it's in Isaiah, maybe 65 or 63. It says, even before we ask, the Most High will answer us. That's the type of level we're going to be on. Even before we ask what we want, it's going to come to us.
Yeah, it tells you in Deuteronomy 28 that blessings are going to overtake us. We're going to be overtaken with blessings. Like, just imagine that.
Hey, even though we're not going to get sick, yeah, truly, you give me that. But hey, but even though we're not going to get sick of it, it's like a quote Donald Trump said: "You're going to be winning so much, you're going to get tired of winning."
It says, let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people.
As it says in Revelation chapter 2, around verse 25, which is in red letters, so you know it's Yahushua speaking. Hey, hold fast that till I come, and I will give power over the nations, to rule them with the rod of iron, and break them as the potter's vessel. Hey, the double-edged sword, that rod of iron, to rule over these nations, these heathens, rigorously, and bust their heads in. There's nothing they can do about it but sit there and take it and ask for seconds.
Verse 8, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron.
Notice it mentions them first. The kings, your power elites, the Rothschilds, your Rockefellers, the 13 families, the Merovingians, all these, and these nobles, these lower luminaries, like your Bill Gates, your Jeff Bezos, these sheiks, prime ministers, and presidents, hey, getting them all and dragging them out of their holes like the rats that they are by the long, stringy, dog-smelling hair.
To execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints, praise ye Yahweh.
Hey, this honor have all he his saints, praise ye Yahweh. As his brother was saying earlier, that's what we're looking for into dominion. That's what comes with dominion, ruling over your enemies, having your word be the first and the final say. And hey, brothers, you really got to be thinking about it like this. Once we're in the kingdom, you're never going to hear no ever again. That word no is not going to exist.
Hey, it says in I forget what chapter is it, but it says where the word of the king is, there is power. Yeah, Ecclesiastes. So if we gonna be kings in the kingdom of heaven, our word gonna have power. And if you got power, who dares to tell you no? We're gonna have Yahweh by Shemel Shah actually we're gonna be one again with our power in the kingdom of heaven, man. You can't tell us no. What is that, man? It don't exist. Huh? That's a death sentence to tell us no to whatever we sign, man. King, where a king is, where a word of a king is, there's power.
And what you brought out earlier, king's eyes, righteous king's eyes so scattered.
Which is and it's spiritually, your eyes goes into what? Your pineal gland. All right? Overall, your mindset, man, is going to scatter away all evil, man. No is evil in the kingdom of heaven, man. to the kings, the righteous kings. No.
Disobeying, like you got your own program.
Yeah, you got your own thing going in my kingdom. When you go into kingdom, see this gonna get taken. Hey, when you go in the word kingdom, come on, y'all can come on.
Oh, thank you, bro.
Yep.
Thank you.
When you go into the word kingdom, this is what you have to understand. It's never a queendom or nothing like that. That's the domain of the king. It's the domain where the king is about. So if you're in the domain of the king, once you point out what king that is, that's it. Everything goes through him, by him, for him. It's his. That's why it's called a kingdom. It's the domain of the king, and they're gonna have 144,000 kings set up, man. They got one king over it. Of course, they're gonna have David over him, over them, and Yahweh over him. That's the order.
The law of the land.
The law of the land, man.
And think about it like this: we're going to be righteous in the kingdom. So everything we do is going to contribute to life and the law, statutes, and commandments. So if you say no to that, you're saying no to righteousness. So what do you think the judgment for that's going to be?
They're respected. Yeah. Judgment. See? You give me again, man. It's all about the kingdom, man. And that's why it's the kingdom of heaven. All right, it says that judgment, let Amos 5:24, let judgment rain down and righteousness as a mighty stream. All right, mercy and truth is met together, man, in the kingdom. What it says in Psalms, mercy and truth have kissed each other. That's what, huh? Yeah, they have kissed each other, man. Meaning what? They have intertwined with each other. There ain't gonna be no mercy on you, all right? And it's gonna be the truth gonna be displayed, man, 24/7. It ain't gonna have no time in the kingdom, man. You just gonna have all day. You know what I'm saying? You just gonna have to serve all day. Even if we give them time, but we gonna give them time to show them time to basically to torture. Because when you looking at something and watching for something to go down, it's going slow, man. So that's what they do us. We looking at when we getting out of here. All right? Same thing. You gotta go.
Just real quick. It's Isaiah 32. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment.
That's right.
It speaks for itself. A king shall reign in righteousness, and princes in judgment. All the righteousness and the judgment. So Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. So everything we say is going to be, again, all along the dictates of the Most High in the Scripture. So if you say anything against it, that's punishable by death. Because anything against our rulership is really going to a heathenish way or wickedness or sin. So you got to get put down for it.
That's the right way. Our way is the right way. Everything about it is going to be right. Everything within it is right. Everything without it is right. All right? So that's why they're going to enter into the gates of righteousness. They're going to have to come and answer. You got to be righteous when you come in the gates. And we know they're the unrighteous. So what's going to happen, man? Chastisement, man. Crack across the head, lessons getting taught, punishment, judgment, man. That's what's going to be going on.
Yeah.
That's it.
Zephaniah 14, so they don't come up to
Zechariah 14.
Zechariah. This Zechariah chapter
14. You can start with about 16.
16.
God.
Zechariah 14:16, and it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles.
And you're going to be worshiping our power, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. You're going to be worshiping us, and you're going to have to be following after our laws, statutes, and commandments, the high holy days. As I said, you're going to have to come up for the feast, and the Feast of Tabernacles, the feast and all that. Keep going on.
And it shall be that whoso will not come up of all families of the earth unto Jerusalem to worship the King, Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, even upon them shall be no rain.
Keep going.
And if the family of Egypt go not up and come not that have no rain, there shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh will smite the heathen that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles.
Okay, so in that day, you heathens that don't want to come up and worship the high holy days or just follow our ways in general or worship our power, you still want to eat swine's flesh, you want to make little altars to your gods here and there. As it says, there's going to be no rain on your lands. There's going to be pestilences and plagues. We're going to send death angels on you. And we'll leap off the throne and come to your land personally to pay you a visit and lay down the law.
This
Oh, got it.
This,
Got more napkins.
this Micah chapter 4, starting at the top. But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of Yahweh shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow unto it. And many nations shall come and say,
Reread the first part of that.
Micah chapter 4, verse 1. But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of Yahweh shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow unto it.
And we know that mountains go into government. So what's that mountain that's going to be established? The top of the mountains and the top of the hills is going to be exalted, the kingdom of heaven. And beginning with Yahushua and the elect. That's about to say in the very next verses, hey, that's going to be the standard in that day, the gold standard.
Verse 2. And many nations shall come and say, Come, let us go up into the mountain of Yahweh, and to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For the law shall go forth of Zion, and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem.
And going back to that Proverbs 29 verse 2, the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. And back in that Deuteronomy, and they're going to say this is as they should have been, as if we didn't go off, this is what they would have been saying. What people is this that is so great with such righteous laws, and what great power have they? And again, they're going to see us as the gold standard and want to come and learn our ways, because they're going to see that their life is going to be flourishing on the planet. Everything's going to be in its right order. Just how on the left-hand side, these people go to Esau because they think he's the gold standard to try to learn his ways. That's how it's going to be in the kingdom, but with us in the driver's seat. And this also cuts those gutter rats over there, because you don't see people wearing the Shirley Temple curls or the yarmulke, speaking Yiddish or doing anything like that. And the law is definitely not going forth to Zion right now. You've got Tel Aviv being Pink City. They eat kosher pork over there. And they've got a whole parliament and government laws that are separate from the laws, statutes, and commandments.
Yeah, I've never seen a so-called Jewish person keep the Torah. When have you ever talked, like they never talk about putting sodomites down. They never talk about establishing like, polygyny. And, they don't have anything to do with the Torah. They follow the Talmud, man. They're a bunch of counterfeits.
This Habakkuk 1 and 4. Therefore the law is slack, and judgment do it never go forth. For the wicked do it don't compass about the righteous. Therefore wrong judgment proceeded.
Righteous is not going forth because the wicked are roaming around in rulership right now. And they were estranged from the womb. They weren't designed to do right. They were just designed to do wrong. Which is why you're seeing the world and the estate it's in right now. And the people mourning.
Yeah, and the soul that is lifted up is not upright in them, man. Right? The Lord made it both. We got it.
Actually, read verse 3 too.
Or verse 3. Back in Micah chapter 4, verse 3. And he shall judge among many people and rebuke strong nations afar off.
Going back to that Zechariah 14, rebuke strong nations afar off. When you don't want to follow after our feasts or worship our power, we're going to rebuke you with plagues, punishments, and judgment.
And they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks.
They becoming slaves. You're going, instead of making weapons of war and going to war, they'll be working in the fields and doing things like that. And then eventually they're going to be going and doing that in their own land, as I'm about to say.
Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
And another cut to those gutter rats. You clearly see that war is still in the earth. You got the Syrian civil war. You've got the Taliban fighting over in Afghanistan. You've got all these little. You got thunderbolts.
Yeah, he got Nazi tattoos, bro.
he's a 5 feet of shit stack though. Can't do a goddamn thing without his blessing. But you clearly see that there's conflict, war, and misery going on. In World War III, the battle in the Valley of Jehoshaphat hadn't even gone on yet. And this is all while the wicked are in the Holy Land right now. So another cut to you people. But in the kingdom, there's no longer going to be any war. There'll be no more tanks, assault rifles, fighter jets, none of that. It'll be peace.
Says,
How was it with that? Go back to should go back to Isaiah 14.
It's back in Isaiah chapter 14.
So as we've been going into, when the kingdom of heaven's established, it's going to be the law flowing forth from it, peace and righteousness. Elites are going to be the first ones to go into slavery, and your rulership's going down and be going to the dustbin of history.
Kind of. Let's start back at verse
11. Yeah, you can start at verse 11.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 11.
Actually, get your precept and we'll go back to it.
Just Rock 10, let me read a couple verses down. In 14, the Lord had cast down the thrones of proud princes and set up the meek in their stead. The Lord had
he shall beautify the meek with salvation, and throw down proud princes. Hey, that thy pride has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. The Most High casting you down from that high estate to a low estate, and setting up the meek in their rightful place.
Right. The Lord had plucked up the roots of the proud nations and planted the lowly in their place.
And what it say? You should be cast out as abominable branch, be plucked up, ripped off the tree, thrown and cast to the side, and the righteous would be planted in their rightful place, back in their land, back in rulership and authority.
The Lord overthrew countries of the heathen and destroyed them to the foundation of the earth.
To the foundation of the earth. That's going to begin with this wicked land we're standing on right now, Babylon the Great, the United States of America. It's going to become the biggest sacrificial altar that history has ever seen. Is going to get hit with those 200 million nuclear missiles and turned into the biblical lake of fire from sea to shining sea. And it's going to be that desolate, uninhabitable wasteland afterwards that's going to stand as an eternal memorial as to what a wicked kingdom looked like and how. What was she taking pictures for?
Why?
And it's a sideshow. It says many mighty men have fell in the ground, and one that never thought of have won the crown, man. Because hey, you looking, they're gonna see the strangers of our salvation. We're like, if we had them in, these are the same ones we had in captivity, ruling over them, man. All right, so many mighty men have what? Came into the dust of the earth, the confusion. All right, and one that never thought of had worn his crown, man. The same crown that he got to relinquish it, man.
They say he's gonna vomit up his riches.
Yeah, he gotta get that up, man. Right, he gotta cast that out.
But as I said back in that Sirach 10, it'll be destroyed to the foundations.
Yep.
And this place over here is gonna be a desolate wasteland. That's gonna be an eternal memorial as to what a wicked kingdom looked like and how not to govern the earth. And what the judgment and punishment was for afflicting the apple of the Most High's eye, the children of Israel. And hey, as we're going to go back to in that Isaiah 14, is going to be destroyed to the foundations. Your kingdom across the entire planet, from America to Europe to any place you Edomites dwell, you're all going to be taken out of power and going to slavery and become a no people, because that's what a slave is. Somebody without an identity, somebody that's only there to do work for those with an identity, those that are in rulership.
Back in Isaiah 14, verse 11, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee.
Hey, thy pomp, your proud spirit that's deceived you has been brought down to the grave. Hey, being destroyed to the foundations, becoming nothing, being dead.
Verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
And we know that word Lucifer goes into the light bearer. But you got the Illuminati, these elites that think they're bringing the light to the world, or they're bringing that light of darkness. And also in that word, it goes into the king of Babylon. And who's the king of Babylon right now? These Edomites. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut to the ground, which didst weaken the nations through all these wicked philosophies and practices that you push into the world, which is causing the people to mourn. And it's talking about a physical man. It's not talking about the spiritual demon Satan.
Yeah, read verse 4, it tells you, it's talking about King of Babylon. It's not talking about Satan. It's not talking about a man underneath the earth. Matter of fact, let me read it again. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? The king of Babylon. It says, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High.
That goes, you can link that up with Obadiah, showing us talking about Esau, him that set his nest among the stars. And that can be twofold, setting his nest among the stars with these satellites and space stations in low orbit space, and also setting himself above the stars of the Most High, the 12 tribes of Israel. And then they going back in that 2 Thessalonians, trying to sit in the seat of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High.
And Apostle Paul said, this is the mystery of iniquity that doth already work. Who was working in the Roman Empire? The Edomites. It says, I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
And then he's sitting upon, metaphorically sitting upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. They have sitting on top of Israel in this country, North America, having us at the bottom while he's standing on top of us in his rulership.
I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
I will sit in the seat of the Most High, shewing myself as the Most High. That man of sin, that son of perdition, Esau, Edom.
Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit.
Hey, brought down to hell, to the grave, to death. Your rulership being cast down and destroyed to the foundations thereof.
They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?
Exactly. Is this the man that dropped atomic bombs on? Yeah.
Is this the man?
With some looking like a busted Pillsbury Doughboy.
Yeah, just two losers, man.
A busted Pillsbury Doughboy can. Some love handle. Is this the man?
Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof?
Hey, destroyed the cities thereof. Nagasaki and Hiroshima dropping those atomic bombs, bombing these cities, making the world a wilderness, strip mining the lands for their resources, setting up these factories in these pristine areas that just suck up the resources and turn it into just a wasteland, an industrial wasteland with pollution going into the sky, pollution getting poured into the rivers next to it, killing the fish, killing wildlife. And what do these places produce? Just poison, GMO foods, all manner of madness.
So something too, what this brother going into, just down here in New Orleans or Louisiana as a whole, from an hour ride from New Orleans to Baton Rouge, you take L.I. Highway, they call that Cancer Alley, man. And every other couple of miles, there's a plant. Whether it be Chevron, Marathon, Shell, what is DuPont. It's nothing but goddamn refineries, man. And you can look up it's a new map I found. It show the actual pollution. It goes for miles. And everybody down there, then they got cancer, man, or will get it. Even put a little middle school or some shit, elementary school next to one of those plants, and all the children was getting cancer, man. This is the devil, man. That's why the Lord said He's going to destroy them. Will destroy what? The earth, man. You Edomites are destroying the goddamn earth, man. You can't even eat fresh fruit anymore. Niggas say, "Oh, I'm gonna give you seedless grapes." Seedless watermelon, how? How are you making seedless without destroying? You going in there picking every last little black seed without destroying this. Destroying that shit is not right.
It's breaking food. Yeah. See, it's hard to find an actual seeded watermelon now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cotton candy flavored.
Great
madness.
Them grapes.
Yeah, man.
I've never eaten a real banana.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah, you know those real bananas are real.
bananas.
They're the little short ones. They're real boxy. Those are real bananas you supposed to
They
eat.
got seeds in it.
They got seasoning.
I've never had a banana.
They got great receipts.
Yeah, this man is a complete devil. He fly these planes all through the air, all through the nighttime, all through the day, crossing, crisscrossing, with spread barium, aluminum, different metals out of that to weaken your immune system. That's why all throughout the week and the months you blowing up a clear shit out your nose all day, man. They want to keep everybody weak and keep everybody immune system low so they can do what they want to do to you, man. With water. They got fluoride. They got all type of shit. I just seen times, even out here in my grandmother's house, you turn the water, it look like gasoline. You just seen the fumes from gasoline. It got fumes coming from the shit.
And where they frack, those places in the country where they were fracking, houses that lived near, they could turn the sink on and water would come out. They could light it with a lighter.
Yeah,
the water was flammable. Like,
Yeah. And places where it snows, they'll take the snow and light it. The snow don't melt. It's like plastic and stuff in the snow, man.
They got acid, the shit from the acid rain, from the different refineries, destroy all the crops and skin and shit like that, man. That's why you ever hear somebody say, "Oh, the water is hard." Hard water. So when you take a bath, your skin gets all white and shit from the water, because the water is taking in the stuff that's in the air. You know, that's why I also advise you brothers. It's a website you can go on. I think it's called Green Tree or something like that. You can actually get a head. And I got one. I got one of those shower heads. They actually had you can shower heads with the activated charcoal and different little beads in there that actually make the water alkaline, man. You take a bath, man. You know? You'll see the difference in your skin and your hair and everything like that. But this devil, man, he's hitting on all points when it comes to destroying shit, man. Coming up, as little kids, man, I never heard about this. Let's say the animals, man. There's so many, what they call that? There's so many accounts now of different animals, dogs and cats catching cancer now, man. That's from the foods and shit, man. You get them being fake, man. This man's a complete devil. You walk on Bourbon, you look at them horses, they looking at you, they blinking, they're like, SOS, I need some fucking help. The animals need help, man.
look at the grass in the midst of these trees with concrete built around them.
There's a patch of grass surrounded by concrete.
Yeah. No grass, anything. Just a patch right there.
You don't know if that shit real or not. That's probably artificial grass, man.
What verse are you at?
Yeah. 17.
You can get your precept.
This is Rock 21:9. The congregation of the wicked is like tow wrapped together, and the end of them is a flame of fire to destroy them.
And what's told like pitch, something you light, a highly flammable thing. So it says, reread it again, Baba Kasha.
It says the congregation, which is the flock of the wicked, is like tow wrapped together, and the end of them is a flame of fire to destroy themselves.
Hey, beginning with those nuclear missiles hitting everywhere, where the third part of men, where the wicked dwell, Babylon, the great United States of America getting completely wiped out, that 1,000 years of slavery, which is going to be a fire in itself, and then that ultimate fire at the end. The Edomites, from the old to the young, man to woman, getting gathered up and taken out in that bonfire.
It says the way of sinners is made plain with stones, but at the end thereof is the pit of hell.
Pit of hell, the grave.
Go ahead.
Isaiah 14, verse 17. That made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners.
Real quick, Mr. D. Los. If you still on the comment board, yeah, we in New Orleans. Where you at? I put you up there. What part of Louisiana you in? Yeah, we in New Orleans. We had a camp. We had a camp in Baton Rouge. We had a camp in Lake Charles. So what part of Louisiana you in? So we can direct you to the closest camp. You come on through, man. All right, it's all good. Yeah, but go ahead. Tell you say something. I don't know if it's still on there or not.
Keep reading that.
It's back in Isaiah 14, verse 17, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of the prisoners.
Which you clearly see now. You got the prison industrial complex now, which the majority of them are Jake's in there. Jake and Esau ain't even thinking about getting ready to give up all that cheap slave labor. You still got these systems and these courthouses set up to get Jake trapped in. And hey, you ain't gonna open the house of the prisoners until Yahushua cracks those clouds and saves his elect.
Yeah, so Yahushua led captivity captive. He's going to enslave these heathen. Our slavery is at an end right now. Our used to say, our punishment, our iniquity has been accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's it.
In Lamentations, it says, hey, drink no more that cup, roughly paraphrasing, daughter of Zion, that iniquity is at an end. But now you're going to drink the cup, and you're going to drink that cup to the dregs. You're going to drink the cup to the dregs, and you're going to lick the sides, and you're going to get every ounce of juice of judgment out of that cup. We already went into that, but you can just read it, just read through it.
Okay. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house, but thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. Thou shalt not be joined with him in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned.
Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, or them being in peace. Hey, after that 1,000 years, these nations are going to be able to go back to their lands and live. But and of course, they're going to be under our law, statutes, and commandments in our subjection. But after that 1,000 years, we're about to go into what's going to happen to you Edomites. Keep going on.
And then that Obadiah.
Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, because through the reincarnation you are your fathers. So all the wickedness you committed in the past, and you're reincarnated today to receive that judgment by nuclear fire, and those that survive to go into slavery, and then those that died are going to get reborn into slavery in the kingdom and suffer judgment for the iniquity of their fathers, and then ultimately be slaughtered from the face of the earth so they don't fill the cities or the land with their wickedness. There's a whole host of them walking right now.
They won't play. Be mindful, these motherfuckers. They won't play games.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get that. They're gonna get that predator treatment in the kingdom. You know what that is.
Verse 22. For I will rise up against them, saith Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith Yahweh.
Hey, it's talking about the name, the remnant, hey, your lineage, your heritage, and it's referencing the nephew and the son, all the male, those that bring about the seed. So that's talking about your whole lineage is going to get cut off. You got the whole guy icon.
This Obadiah 1, you want 18? And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house...
Actually, you can start at verse 15 and read down to verse 18.
This Obadiah verse 15. For the day of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua is near upon all heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return. Wait, up.
They gone.
Obadiah, verse 15. For the day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. I gotta put something.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killed with the sword must be killed with the sword. As it says, all that thou hast done unto us shall be done unto thee. As it says in Revelation 18, do double unto them as they is done unto you. You're gonna, as it says in Deuteronomy 30, verse 7, you're gonna get the curses on you, but you're gonna get a double portion of the curses.
This Jeremiah 51 and 48. Babylon for the spoilers. 48. The heaven, then the heaven and the earth and all that is therein. Wait. 49. As Babylon had caused the slain of Israel to fall, so at Babylon shall fall the slain of all the earth.
Point blank period.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get that sword
in that order.
That sword that you swung against us is gonna get turned around and swung back on you. A double portion.
Back in Obadiah 16. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually.
Hey, going into that Lamentations, hey, the cup has been passed from Zion unto the daughters of Edom, and they shall drink continually of that cup to the dregs. And you other heathens are going to drink of that cup too.
Come on.
But hey, you're going to be able to go back again after that 1,000 years. You're going to be able to go back to your land. They'll still be under our law, statutes, and commandments. And as for you Edomites, after you drink that cup, hey, it's going to be like rat poison to you.
Yeah. It says, yea, they shall drink and they shall swallow down. And they shall be as though they had not been.
Hey, the remnant, the name, the son, and the nephew, their memorial being cut off from the face of the earth.
Yeah, the other nations gonna say, where is he? Is this the guy? Because remember, he's gonna be like he got chased out of the earth as a dream. Okay. It's saying Job should be chased out of the earth, man. We gonna be running behind you in the kingdom, man.
It's gonna be a day, even if it's in the scripture, it's gonna be a day where he said they're gonna be like dung. Basically, you're gonna be getting real fast. It's in I think it's Psalms 20. It's around 20 or something like that. You know, we always make that analogy. Them being like, it's gonna be a day where you're gonna look at X
Sorry.
Well, paraphrasing. Might be talking about Job. Job 20.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Job 20, yeah.
Yeah, I got it. This is Job 20, verse 7. Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he?
It's gonna come a day where the Edom gonna perish like his own dung, man. So when you go take that number 2, and you sitting there, you reading your shit. Jacob be reading shit sometimes, playing the phone, doing this thing. And you let that number 2 go, boy. You get up, you handle your business, you wipe yourself, you hit that lever, you ain't looking for it no more. It's gone, that shit gone. So it's gonna come a day where Edom gonna be gone like that, man. And real, I'm saying to put it like that, I'm just putting it, because I haven't met a man yet that goes back and look for his own dung.
Besides Esau, being a coprophiliac. Look up that term.
Yeah. Read it. Go back and read it out. Shit, start at 4.
This is Job 20, verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment.
But for a moment, the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. The triumph of the wicked is short. You Edomites' time on the planet Earth is short. You had a little run, all right? from when you look at it, they had a little seasonal root, literally. From the time of the Renaissance to this very day, it ain't been that long, man. You can literally go from late 1400s, 1500s, 1600s, 1620s slavery, 1700s, 1800s, the 1900s. From 19th to the 20th century, this has been a short run. You remember it was horseback and buggy one time. The Wright brothers trying to fly that goddamn plane. Then you got so they shoot the day they got cars, all type of horsepower. When you used to have to wind that shit up back then. Steam engine. A Model T. Right? We used to have cars called the what is it called? We had Duesenberg and shit, man. I don't know if y'all brothers know that. The car used to be called a Duesenberg. You know, that's when, you know, even Bugatti and those cars, there was little Esau stuff. He started off like that. You know, then he had the gangster cars with the, the gangsters in the 1920s and shit. And then that group too. What you see today, you got cars that drive themselves like Tesla and shit. So the Lord has fastly brought you through the time frame of technology to bring you down, man. Right? You got planes back then, you had the Wright brothers trying to fly. Now they got planes. They created another plane. They motherfucking get from California to the other side of the world in what, 3-4 hours. You know?
Shit, they got drones now that don't even need people in the actual vehicle.
Yeah.
Like a guy just with a joystick somewhere from.
Yeah, and it's so crazy that my wife's little cousin, he fly the drones for the military, man. Give them coordinates over there, you know how they may be here, but the enemy's over here, so they don't want to make a mistake and shoot the wrong people, so he's telling them where they at and shit. Watch it, man. From the other side, thousands of miles from the other side of the world, you in the goddamn room, with monitors and shit everywhere. Beep, hit a button and this. One day they here, one day they gone, man.
Drinking a body on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Though his excellency mount up to the heavens and his head reach into the clouds.
Which goes into the ecstasy of Esau is what these skyscrapers, man, these buildings. Right? A lot of these buildings are nothing more than obelisks, man. Phallic symbols. Which a phallic symbol is nothing more than like penis worship, vagina worship, man. Right? And a lot of them are ley-wise where they actually let demons and shit come through, man. That's why he got these symbols, and most of the houses they're shaped like what? The roofs of the houses and buildings are shaped like pyramids, man. This nigga come through every time, that ragged motherfucker, man. Goddamn limit. Go ahead.
Yet, and his head reach into the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung.
He's gonna perish forever like his own dung, man. You devils are gonna be wiped off the planet Earth. It's gonna be a blessed day, man. And Lord willing, I'm gonna get like David on that day, man. Without the other mistake happening. I'm gonna get like David, man. I'm gonna get full of that yin yang. I'm gonna put my best spike slippers on, slippers on that day so I can kick you dead in your ass, Esau. I'm gonna have him nice and sharp too, man. Go ahead,
They which have seen him shall say, where is he?
Where is this devil? Go ahead.
He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found.
He's gonna fly away as a dream. Most of your dreams, you can't remember. You just had the motherfucker. You just slobbing. Oh, wake up. Hey, something happened. You trying to figure out what happened in the dream and shit most of the time, man. That's how you as a very devilish man that you is, Esau, that's how you're gonna be. Nobody's gonna remember you, man. Nobody. Hey, it's gonna be so bad, man. To where, what is he gonna say? He's gonna say some more. He's gonna say, yeah, it's gonna some more now.
He shall be chased away as the vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more.
Eyes which saw him gonna see him no more. Can you imagine that day? Ain't no more Edomites on the planet Earth? Not one. Oh man.
Neither shall his place any more behold him.
Yeah, you never gonna come in power. You never gonna rule. You're never gonna be able to have the earth in your wicked ass grips, man. All the people of the Lord in your grip, man.
Hey,
Go ahead, man.
and hey, it's all gonna come to a culmination. It's all gonna come to a culmination after that 1,000 years, when it's gonna be one of the biggest parties in the nation of Israel. That's it's about to go into. Pause it real quick. Pause it.
You get this fucking slow dog syndrome, baby. Niggas put a mohawk in your head. You think somebody playing with your ass, man? Yeah, niggas won't play all day, man. See you niggas, man. You black dumb ass niggas, man. You gonna have your day, man. Everything is a goddamn joke. You sit up there and you mock the men of the Lord. You just wait. Just wait, man. Then what the Lord say, what happens? They should be willing in the day of our power, man. When we get, Lord willing, we get that power, we're gonna see if you wanna play and laugh and smirk and wanna walk in front of the goddamn camera that day, man. You know?
Hey, shit, we're gonna have our playtime in that day.
Like Elder Zahar said years ago, I'm on Michael Jordan over these fucking crackers to get to you niggas on this last side over here, man. I'm gonna really do the Jordan sign over these crackers. Cause we gonna get them. We'll have our way with them for 1,000 years. But you black ass niggas, man, you tomahawks, and you fucking spick ass motherfuckers, man, we're gonna get you first too, man. You 2/3 over here, we're gonna get you, man. Cause we can't get them in the kingdom no more. They're gonna be racist. So on this side, we gotta get your black asses, man. Get you niggas, man. I promise you, man. All you niggas wanna do is play and talk shit. And you Edomites too. You know, I was down there, me and the brother down there, watching them when they pass and talking shit. Everybody talking shit until we get that power, though, man. And I can't wait, man. Brother's gonna be, hey, man, the men of the Lord gonna be throwing fucking tanks down the street, cars, punching you niggas through buildings and shit, man. And I wanna see if you wanna play and show your big ass guns then, them big ass lips then, man. I wanna see the nigga woman do this, that, and that day, roll that goddamn head in that finger and that day, man. You know? Go ahead, now. Go ahead.
2 Corinthians.
How y'all doing?
We're doing all right, my man.
Prayers to you.
All right.
2 Corinthians chapter 10,
Right,
verse 6.
We come down here to bring the music down here, man. Mute it up. Go ahead, man. Humpback Chunk, the white version.
What's that dude? I pay too.
Bubba Spunks?
No, the big fat. I can't remember his name.
Go ahead,
It's 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 6. And having a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled.
Wait, that was it?
Yeah.
Break it down?
Done. Yeah. When our obedience is fulfilled, meaning when this ministry is at an end, we're going to revenge all disobedience. Everybody that came against the gospel, all you heathen, all you niggas that have a problem, like the elder was saying, think everything is a joke. The joke's on you, man. All right? Galatians 6 and 7, the Most High is not mocked. We're going to find out in that day, man.
Even like that guy from last week, man. That nigga, man. He don't believe everything. He believe in Yahuwah, what is that? Yahuwah? Yeshua? Yah? Hashatan and shit, man. Hey man, you gonna believe in that day when the men of the Lord really mount up out here. No? Because the men of the Lord, they got men on this side that's gonna be destined to get power from on high, man. Alright? You're gonna get power from like I just say, even our nation. The weakest among us gonna be as David, and the ones that are powerful and strong among us gonna be as the Most High in that day, man. That's why we're gonna, in you nations on the other side of the earth, you Russians, you Chinese, we're gonna crush you, man. The Lord give us the power to come out them chariots. We ain't coming out the same. We're gonna come out and crush you devils, man. Because you think you're gonna be the next world power, right? The Chinese think they're gonna be the next world power. That's why they position themselves now to be in a great position. You Russians think you're gonna be in the next position to rule the planet Earth. You're not, man. It's not gonna happen. All right?
That bottom of the statue is talking about this last leg of the fourth beast. There ain't nothing else after.
Ain't
no
nothing
Russians,
else after, man.
no Chinese.
That's right.
Nobody.
Nobody
Except
but
Yahweh.
Israel, man.
Yeah.
And Yahweh Shai, and we're gonna rule forever and ever. You gotta want the kingdom of heaven, man. You gotta want to rule and have power over these goddamn nations too, man. If you ain't about doing that, man, you need to fucking die, man. Straight up. If you ain't about putting these devils under our foot, every last one of them, you gotta die, man, and come back the right goddamn way. Because the men of the Lord have a ruling class mentality, point blank, period. All right, and we're gonna rule this earth in righteousness, man. All right, and while we doing it, we're gonna crush the nations. We're gonna really do like Conan said, man. I always forget it though, bro.
He said, what is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentations of the women.
Man. And we plan on doing that, man. Crushing our enemies. All right? Eating the best of the best. All right? And laying that Mr. Goodbar to these women out here too, man. You nations women. Hey, man, give me my favorite one, Kaya. Daniel 11:37. You best believe you're gonna lay the law down too with you nations women, man. Cause you Edomites, you don't even want women, man. We're gonna do like Joe, we're gonna keep you away from the animals too, man. Cause you're gonna try to do the ultimate sin. You damn Edomites, man. You nasty ass Moabites too. All right? You got it?
Yeah.
Bring it out.
This Daniel's 11:37. Neither shall he regard the God of his fathers, nor the desire of women.
See, you Edomites, you don't even desire women. We know that. You desire little boys, man. You damn Edomites, you love messing with animals and shit, man. All right? But we gonna in the kingdom of heaven, we gonna crush you Edomite men. All right? And we're gonna actually have your women and your daughters, man. And we're gonna rule them. And we're gonna rule your ass too. You going in the fields, your daughters, your children, they going in the fields just like you made us go in the fields, man. Pick cotton, pick all type of goddamn fruits and shit, cotton, do all the chores in the house and shit. I don't even want you devils around me. I'm gonna probably have them goddamn Hamites, the Ishmaelites doing shit, man. Yeah, Japheth and them doing some shit. I want you devils to work. And work some goddamn more. And whenever a brother get the feeling, I might just bust your goddamn head or two, man. Cause we, like I say, don't believe JLCC. We're gonna have what did you say? Some of them gonna deny their fathers. We're gonna have them. We ain't gonna do all this to the Edomites. Hell no, man. The scripture said we're gonna bash them. We're gonna bash them in the head with a rod of iron, man. And the other one we just read in 137 and about 9. Psalms 137 and about 9.
Happy shall he be that dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
Yeah, man. That's gonna be a national act in the kingdom, man. Punt one of you goddamn Edomites, man. The bust you goddamn men in the head. And we're gonna rule you with rigor, man. The kingdom of heaven is gonna be a heaven, a literal heaven for us. But it's gonna be hell for you though, man. It's gonna be, hey man, I'm gonna just be an asshole just because. Hey, mop that floor. You wanna do that? You wanna mop the floor with a goddamn brush or some shit. A little brush is just toothbrush, and you better have it done. Yeah, a Q-tip or some shit. This is gonna be an asshole just because, man.
That's what he did us.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up and just walk on y'all backs to the next room. And you better get it. You better be like that. Like when I'm getting down there, you better be get there. My feet better touch the ground, man. You goddamn devils, man. You motherfuckers need to go down, man. You the most wicked. You the most wicked of the wicked. Go ahead, Doc.
And hey, after we have that 1,000 years of doing double unto you as you've done unto us, we got through drinking that cup Once you're done drinking that cup, hey, as it's about to say.
Lights out, man. We're going to turn your TV off, man. We're going to literally turn your TV off, Esau. Look at some of you. Y'all ready for the Israelite man to rule over. Y'all in your own kingdom. Y'all in your own kingdom. And a lot of you motherfuckers is homeless, you bugged out, you doped up. Y'all ready for the kingdom, man.
A cup. You wanna see that? Yeah. You wanna see Jake desire women like you don't desire your women.
Every time I look, man, every time you go on the ground, man, you see some Becky with a Jake, man. And they be cuffing hard too on Jake, man. And Jake be cuffing too, man.
Cuffing
Hey, man.
and stuffing.
Let me get that for you. Go ahead now.
Obadiah, verse 17. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions.
As it says in Isaiah 60, that they shall bring the forces of the Gentiles and the milk of kings unto us, and our gates will be open continually.
Hey, what are he doing, man? What is he doing?
Cuffing.
What is he doing?
Cuffing and stuffing.
Cuffing and stuffing and plugging, man. What you think he doing, man? Get the other. Right? You nations, you always wanted Jake, man. It's different accounts throughout slavery. Oh yeah, he got it. Go ahead, I'm trying to see this other one.
It says, in the house of Jacob shall be a fire.
Hey, going after the
Okay, go ahead, read.
going after the end of that 1,000 years, the house of Jacob and the southern kingdom, the so-called Negroes, shall be a fire. And what at?
And the house of Joseph a flame.
The northern kingdom, these so-called Latinos and Native Americans.
And the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh has spoken it.
Hey, all 12 tribes at the end of that 1,000 years, of hardcore bondage and slavery, are going to gather up all you Edomites and kindle you. You should be stubble. And there should be none remaining in the house of Esau. That Basra bonfire.
That 21 say, and saviors shall come up upon Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Speaks for some saviors at all. The 144,000 hunters, the 144,000 saviors.
Saviors of the nation of Israel. And they the ones got to bring back the remaining of Israel that got what? Put away on this side. 2/3 of the people. So saving it wasn't a remnant, then saving it wasn't a remnant, Israel wouldn't be able to reprocreate. If the Lord ain't said 144,000 men to get busy, Israel would have perished, man. You see? So the Lord looked out for his own self, man. We got it out. Lord, cool. You know. Lord looked out for his own self. Kind of power is
Which one of y'all looking for? David. Spent 3 months in the queue.
You should he set up a garrison.
What are you talking about when he went 3 months?
Yeah. This is Samuel. Samuel son. I thought it was what was that one? There we go. 8:14. 8:14. 2nd Samuel.
First Kings 11 and 15. For it came to pass when David was in Edom, and Joab, the captain of the host, was gone up to bury the slain, after he had smitten every male in Edom.
Every male in Edom, man. You got a little more?
For 6 months did Joab remain there with all Israel, until he had cut off every male in Edom.
And why does it say every male in Edom? Why don't it say every male and female?
That speaks for itself.
It was cutting the men line off and popping the women.
And bringing more Israelites about and having fun in between.
Yeah, between them guts, man. So you nations, you best believe we gonna do you just what you done us, man. And when they say karma's a what? Karma's a bitch, man. And karma is definitely coming full tilt to you nations, man. Right? You nations gonna get complete karma from the Israelite man. All right, in their power, man. Go ahead, Doc, you got it. That was it.
Well, hey, this is another Picard camp. One day closer to the kingdom, one day closer to the downfall of these Edomites, which deserve it along with the other heathens. One day closer to seeing you two-thirds getting wiped on the floor like snot. But hey, with that, we hope you sincere Akim out there and Aquaf were edified by this camp. And again, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh.
Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone from Rule and Teach Well. Stupid bitch walking through during the salute. And peace and salutations to you sincere Akim out there, pushing this word of truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe, many brothers and there until the end. Abba Ba.
Abba Ba.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Until next time, Shalom.
Shalom.